course, we love having the next guy on. He's the co-host of the Opie and Anthony Show, the #1 show in the history of satellite radio. Please welcome Mr. Jim Norton. Jim, come on out.
Hi, Mommy. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Mommy.
Hi, Mommy. Hi, Mommy. Jay Leno gave us the big intro once again last night.
Yeah.
For Jim Norton's piece that he did for Leno. I haven't seen it yet. I got it all DVR'd. I got to check it out later today. Fucking Australia is washing away.
Yeah.
Have you seen these floods?
Huge floods.
Can I?
Huge Aussie floods.
I'm going to be stupid guy today. Where's the water coming from?
I know.
It's not coming from the ocean, right?
No, it's like raining.
But where the fuck is the water coming from? Because
the rain.
But these floods are taking complete parking lots away.
Big flash floods.
But
Big flash floods from the rain.
Do they have other water?
Yeah, there's like rivers and stuff. I forget what river it is, but something is like they've never seen it flood the way it's been flooded.
See, I just realized I just don't know much about Australia. I really don't. No, most people don't, and they like it that
toilets
way.
flush the other way.
They do?
No.
And I know most of...
That's a myth.
I know most of Australia...
Really?
What?
Pretty sure that's a myth.
No, it's not
that's
a myth.
Busted.
No, it's not a myth.
That water spins. No, because then what would happen right on the equator? Does water just fall down the toilet?
Yes.
On the equator?
Yes.
Look, I remember Mr. Wizard showing me this, and it definitely spun the other way.
I absolutely think water goes down a certain way in the toilet because the jets in the toilet make the water go down in that direction.
I'm going to have to do some research.
No.
And I think what direction it goes down a drain has to do with the shape of the drain, where there's a block or something else. I honestly do not think that it goes down counterclockwise and clockwise depending on your hemisphere, north or south.
So another thing we learned growing up that's horseshit. Why did I pay attention in school? Everything we learned is becoming horseshit.
Is this like bullshit? Is that answer?
I'm still reading.
I know. It's like I hate that answer, Yahoo Answers or whatever the fuck it is.
Nah, this is a different one. It's not Yahoo Answers, but it's not something that I'm going to like sit here and hold as gospel either.
The Australian toilet flushes straight down. It says, "What does that mean? Come on, no toilet just sucks shit straight down
Unless you're on an airplane.
Yeah.
Why? They might have their plumbing is different. That's all. But what I was saying is, I don't know much about Australia. No one does, by the way. No one does.
No.
They're their own little thing, and they don't want anybody to know anything about them.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first video I've seen from Australia in years. There's flash flooding that's just taken complete parking lots away. So then I'm thinking to myself, where's all this water coming from? I get they have a little river here and there, but do they have a big fucking lake somewhere or anything like that?
It's a lot of land. I would assume they got lakes.
A lot of wasteland, a lot of desert, right?
The outback, like fucking, like Mad Max.
But where is the water coming from? We have rivers, and you
Rain
don't
and
see
rivers.
You don't see flash floods like we're seeing this morning with this video.
I don't know.
Have you seen this video?
We get some pretty nasty floods.
Where?
California.
Not really.
Been raging pretty good.
No, not really.
Lately.
Not really.
Mudslides.
Yeah, a little mudsliding. Yeah.
They're just having like a bad one.
Yeah.
Over there in Australia.
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah.
Good eye.
Here's a guy that wants to help us out with Australia.
Oh.
Wayne in Texas. What's up, Wayne?
Hey,
Hey.
Australian, what do you need to know?
Where's the fucking water coming from?
It's coming off the mountains.
Australia has mountains?
Oh yeah, gotta have
Australia is 700 square miles smaller than the continental United States.
Yeah, but where's the
pretty
mountains? All I heard was they have some coastal... This is what I know about Australia. And I'm not going to go with the kangaroo bullshit. They have a couple coastal cities.
Wombat?
Maybe 3 or 4. And then the rest is just a big, huge desert in the middle of just nothingness. And now I'm hearing there's mountains?
You've been watching too much Mad Max.
Yeah, see, look at that.
Where's the mountain?
Look by Victoria. It's all green and nice.
Victoria, New South Wales.
Oh, it's beautiful.
You got Sydney.
See, look at all the rivers.
Yeah, but where's the
5
mountain?
million people.
The mountains are
We're
right
Google
there.
Earthing, and I don't see a mountain like the Adirondacks.
There's mountains right there. They're huge.
They look like
remember
hills.
The man from Snowy River?
No.
That's the Blue Mountains.
The Blue Mountains. All right.
See, and then there's the big mountain range over there on the western Australia, on the south of Western Australia, and there's a big river that comes out right there.
I think it's the Murray River that's filling up.
Okay, Murr.
One of my favorite bits, man. Maybe it doesn't make any sense anymore.
Shit.
All right.
Murray River.
And,
yeah, look at that. See, there's a lot of rivers and fucking lakes and shit.
Where are these flash floods, Wayne?
Well, it's raining and it's coming off the
No,
mountains.
I get it. You told me about mountains and rivers, but where is the flash floods? What part of Australia?
Victoria.
Victoria, okay. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty green and lush down there in
sure
Victoria.
Is. Why isn't there more houses in that area where it's nice and green?
Well, unlike America, Australia doesn't let anybody in there.
Ah, smart.
Why?
Smart.
Then
girl.
how are we going to wreck it?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Why-
exactly.
We all come over here.
But what could be so important in there that we're not allowed to walk around in that area?
It's actually a bunch of cows and
They
farming.
keep the immigrants out, is what he's saying.
I know.
See, they're good like that. They keep the immigrants out.
That's smart.
Stay out.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Man, that would be a long swim for a lot of immigrants.
Oh
huh?
my God! Right? you ain't paddling a Buick across a few 90 miles
God, Australia's lucky if you really think about it.
in the middle of nowhere.
If you get close to Australia after you swim for about 3 straight months,
3 months.
Yeah, it's,
then the fucking sharks get you just as you start seeing land.
Yeah, surrounded by those motherfuckers.
God, they're lucky over there.
Yeah.
yeah, it's 10,000 miles from. It's 9,600 miles from LA.
And are you guys all just one color?
Well, we got some black fellas.
Yeah, they got those Aborigines.
Yeah, but you kind of keep them in their little area. But I'm talking.
We treat our Aboriginals like you guys treat your Indians.
Oh, wow. So out of sight, out of mind, eh?
Just stick them on a reservation, give them a couple of cars and a case of whiskey, and we're good.
And they haven't figured out how to build casinos yet, huh?
Oh, yes, they have, mate. Yes.
Oh, they have.
Ah, wow.
I didn't know that.
Isn't that
See?
weird? It works out just like American Indians.
I did not know that.
About 10 years ago, there's a big rock in the middle of Australia called Ayers Rock. It creates about $300 million worth of tourist money a year.
Oof.
And the blacks decided that it was a sacred burial site, so they took half of it, and now they get $150 million a year.
Wow.
That's something, man.
That is crazy money from Australia.
All right, look, we're learning a
Yeah,
lot.
look at that.
I didn't know they had casinos with the Aborigines.
Did you see? Did you see our pal Jim Jeffries? By the way, speaking of Australia,
What happened?
I like Jimmy, yes.
Jim's great. He shaved his mustache.
He had a mustache?
Well, he must have grown one.
Okay.
And he shaved it into a complete Hitler mustache, like big bushy one.
Right.
And he made his hair all Hitlery.
What is he
and
doing?
took a picture, just for the fuck of it.
See, he needs to start drinking again.
It's very
He's
funny.
bored. I
Yeah.
did not see that picture. I gotta check
it
that
was
out.
Twittered. Yeah.
What is he on Twitter? Jim Jeffries, Jeffries. If you want to follow Jim, he's a good one to follow on Twitter.
Oh, actually, I do. I follow.
Oh wait, now he's saying my new. Oh my God!
He's confusing because he had to change his name from Jeffries to Jeffries.
But if you go there, you still get it. What I just said, right?
I don't know what you just said.
I just spelled out.
It's
that.
this one.
Yeah. Jim Jeffries.
Jeffries.
That's
Jeffs.
Jim Jeffries.
See, he was obsessed with keeping Jeffries when he realized he had to change the last the spelling of the last name.
Yeah.
I would have just came up with like Stone or something, make it easy
Yeah.
for everybody. But now, if you want to find Jim Jeffries, it's Jeffries, and there's his Hitler mustache. He's insane.
Hitler mustache.
What is he doing?
He really looks like Hitler. It's very cool.
What was his motive for that?
Just shaving and
Just
decided he was going to walk around like that for a couple hours. He's so.
Maybe you wanted to look like Michael Jordan.
Well, no, Michael Jordan has the thin Hitler mustache. Jim Jeffries went all out Hitler mustache.
He certainly did. And
Big bushy Hitler mustache.
He even did the swoop of the hair.
Yeah, and he swooped his hair.
It's pretty. It's a pretty good shot.
What the fuck is he thinking?
Fucking Jeffries rules. I think he's back in the States. Maybe he's going to be in our area.
He should pop in then.
That would be
because
nice.
He's a hoot. I'll say a hoot.
I'm the guy that calls in all the time. I'm in the entertainment business. I talked to Jimmy about Ozzy last time I called in.
Oh.
Are you the guy that does concerts?
Yes.
See, I remember you.
Yeah.
all right.
Friends with old Pugs and Kelly.
Oh, that's right. Very cool. All right, Wayne. Thank you so much, brother.
All right. Right.
We learned a little something about Australia.
Yeah, I didn't. I swear to God, I had no idea they had mountains.
Oh, yeah.
No
It's
clue.
crazy. Would you think it was just flat wasteland?
I told you, a couple coastal cities and a lot of fucking desert. That's really what I thought.
Big refinery in the middle.
Yeah.
2 days ago, I saw a rig that'll hold that tanker. Exactly.
Yeah, the movie didn't help Australia in the end.
No,
this is all
it
we
really
know.
didn't. This is all we know of Australia is from Mad Max movies.
And then that asshole who fucking walked around New York City.
Oh, yeah.
Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile
Yeah,
Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee.
And Mad Max.
fucking-
That's it.
What a fucking asshole.
That's all we know. Yeah.
And we're going to get
There
the
you
toilet
go.
issue out of the way,
Stand
too. Rob, Garden City. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hey guys, Anthony, with that toilet flushing myth that you mentioned earlier,
Yes.
I think it has more to do with the way water rotates in a water funnel than with flushing down a toilet. I think like it rotates clockwise up here and counterclockwise down there. You know, when it's just
But does
flowing
it?
at its own accord.
But
That's
does
the
it?
point, but-
I'm not buying it. No, I heard. I remember hearing that is a myth.
I'm reading
I
from
have
multiple
something else on the subject.
multiple websites.
I'm talking out of my ass. But that's what I
See,
All right, Rob, thank you.
we all heard that, but
Yeah, multiple sites are saying that that's just a myth. And then I saw some YouTube videos of people flushing the toilets in Australia.
yeah, see, you can find anything these days. Isn't that the best thing about the internet? Like years ago, you just have to take someone's word for it and
Right.
find a book or something.
Like your teacher's word.
yeah, exactly.
What did that asshole know?
Well, probably nothing.
Because he learned it from some other asshole.
Yep. Now you could just learn from assholes on
Yeah, but at
on
least
the internet.
But at least they're in the area where they could flush the toilet for
Yeah.
you.
And then you could watch multiple fucking examples too to see if it's true or not.
Right.
You know, you watch 5 guys flush their bowls. You know, they're not all going to be full of shit.
When we were growing up, we learned there was one solar system, right? With what, 9 planets, 11 planets? How
That
many
was us.
planets?
Us with 9 planets.
That's all. And they said that's it. That's
And
all we
then,
got. So
and then
that's
some
wrong.
Blurry galaxies.
But they didn't acknowledge that. They're like, that's nothing.
Yeah, they're like, we don't know if there's other planets.
Yeah. What are we up to? About 1 million now?
Oh, we don't know.
At least 1 million.
We know there's galaxies with stars in them,
Well-
but we don't know.
We're almost ready to admit there's probably an infinite number of planets out there.
Oh, yeah.
We're almost ready to admit
All those
that.
stars with planets swinging all around them.
Yeah, whatever.
Fuck.
I just can't believe it's taking this long for other people to be catching on to this. It's just,
I know.
It's just, to me, it's been common sense since I was a kid. Like I always had a problem with that growing up. Like like this is it? Are you kidding me? Like with everything out there and space being infinite, like you're going to tell me that there's no other planet out there? Like,
A lot
that's
of people
ridiculous.
have these religious beliefs and think like,
crazy.
yeah, it's just
That's
us
crazy talk.
because that's what God said and God made us and that was it.
Right.
So there is nothing else out
Why are
there.
you allowed to go around saying things like that?
I know it's
Like
ridiculous.
that's incredibly crazy things to say to
Well, you
people.
got to listen to Michio Kaku now.
We got a
He
physics.
knows.
We got a physics teacher, Mary in New York.
Hello?
How do you know physics? You're a woman.
Oh, my God.
What did you do? Get the teacher coffee?
Oh, my God.
That's all you got, Mary?
So which way does your tampon spin when you flush it down the toilet?
Well, that
Woman.
would depend on which way the jets in the toilet are facing.
That's what Ann
That's
said
what I said.
earlier.
Just like in the sink, it just depends on where the faucet is. Now, you can get water to go down clockwise or counterclockwise, but you have to have a tank like 6 feet deep by 6 feet in diameter, and it has to be completely and utterly undisturbed.
All right, I get all
that
that.
it's
But
affected by, so that it's affected by Earth. But anything that you're doing, flushing, sinks, anything, that's all just affected by the faucet, the jets, anything
okay.
like that.
All right, so no matter where you go on this planet, the water is going to rotate the same way, right?
Well, it depends on which way the jets.
No, we're not talking about plumbing anymore in a stupid funnel.
Plumbing. A funnel? Yeah, a funnel's got too many other variables going on. You're not going to see a clockwise or counterclockwise effect on a funnel.
All right, well,
She thought she's talking about a funnel, not what she was talking about earlier. In a perfect situation,
Thank you.
Missy.
Yes.
In a perfect situation without any outside fucking barriers and
Jets and all that
chaos
horse shit.
and whatever else you would hear about, which way does water spin based on the hemisphere you're in?
Oh, it will go clockwise or counterclockwise depending on the hemisphere if you have no other interference.
I don't believe that.
No, it's true. It's been done.
But I don't believe it.
Where has it been done, Mary?
You don't have to. You have.
I'm not some 12-year-old where I have to just listen to what you have to say. I'm questioning you. Where has it been done?
I actually have a clip of it of a scientist doing filling a huge tank.
Okay.
And keeping it undisturbed.
Okay.
And then you have to let the water drain very, very slow.
All right.
You know, you really got to set up a perfect situation.
And the rotation of the Earth is what? What?
It's got to do with the Coriolis effect, and yeah.
The rotation of the Earth, or is it something else?
No, it's a whole bunch of other effects.
All right.
That makes it go clockwise or counterclockwise based on the
all right. Hey,
hemisphere. I don't believe it.
Steve's going to really... Thank you, Mary. We got
Yes.
Steve on Long Island that's really going to help us out. Go ahead.
When I'm in a glory hole, the toilet is always spinning counterclockwise.
With sometimes, Anthony, sometimes.
Yes.
Here's my opinion on it. It's a very healthy opinion. Who gives a fuck?
Now that is science I can get behind.
Yes.
The who gives a fuck factor.
I remember seeing Mr. Wizard as a kid, and they took like a spackle bucket, drilled a hole in the bottom, and then corked it.
Yeah.
Filled it with water, spun the like a merry-go-round or whatever one way, pulled the cork.
Right.
Saw which way the water spun down the drain.
Yeah.
Refilled it, spun the merry-go-round the other way, and pulled the cork, and it went the other way. And I could remember. I always recall that as being the lesson.
But I'll tell you something. I don't think the Earth's rotation can have that kind of effect on something as small as a spackle bucket or a toilet or anything else. I think on a merry-go-round, you're going to get like an effect, perhaps.
Well,
I don't know.
I did believe that for a while.
Yeah?
Because I thought it until this very morning. I thought it goes down the other way.
I don't believe it.
Oh, my God.
I don't believe it.
All right, well. Matt in Rochester. What do you got, Matt?
Hey there, Matt.
Hey, long time, first time, long time, guys. What's up?
No one gives a shit.
No, on Whale Wars, the guy got arrested when he jumped aboard the whale ship, and when they were taking him back to Japan, he said he used to fill his sink up in his room every day and let it drain out. And when he was below the equator, it would go one way, and then when he was on the equator, it just went straight down, and then vice versa, just so he could figure out where he was on the planet when they were taking him back.
I don't believe it. Don't believe it.
You want to go with the plumber?
A plumber? What is the plumber going to know about this?
Oh, my God. We're in a fucking...
How much of his ass crack is exposed when he was watching the water go down the toilet?
Go ahead,
plumber.
Go ahead, Billy in Albany. Yeah.
Well, my ass crack is always exposed, but anyway. The water spins clockwise because the Earth spins counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere. The siphon jet in your toilet blows the poop straight out. Doesn't turn it in any direction. Fill up your basin on your sink and pull the plug, see what the water does.
Yeah.
It spins clockwise in the northern hemisphere and counterclockwise in the southern hemisphere because the Earth rotates the opposite direction.
Why isn't there just an answer on the internet?
There should be an answer.
We're adults, our listeners are adults, and we can't figure it out.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure this out.
You're just making gang symbols or something.
I am making gang signs. I'm making a globe with my fist, and someone's standing on the Earth on the upper and lower hemispheres, and it's not helping me visualize this. I'm not visualizing it.
Well, we're going to have to, I don't know.
Yeah, check Snopes.
Go Snopes?
That's the do-all, end-all, be-all of internet.
You got a high school teacher saying Anthony is right. High school teacher from Connecticut. John, what's up?
Hello.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Pretty good, John.
Everybody, this is a major misconception. The changes from the forces of rotation of the Earth are so tiny as to be measurable. Anthony is completely right.
Thank you. I thought so. You can't affect the Earth's rotation. Cannot affect. Imagine what it would do to us if it's affecting water like that.
Oh, it would be.
Right.
Oh my God.
Spinning messes.
Oh fucking yeah! You'd be dizzy
all the time.
You have to let the water still for days to see any kind of measurement in a tiny, tiny hole. Everybody's we've been taught this for years. It's not true.
Right. That's what I think.
All right, sir.
Thank you, sir. Where's my diploma? I need a high school diploma. I never got one.
You don't need one.
It's a whole principle thing with me now. I'm smart.
You don't really
I was
need
passed
one.
over for a diploma. I'm smart and I was passed over.
Then go to gym.
I know.
That's all you needed was to go to gym.
Who wanted to go to gym?
The worst.
No, I would rather.
The worst
not
excuse for not getting a high school diploma. You didn't get one because you didn't go to gym.
I didn't go to gym.
You went to all the other classes that meant something. Gym was a waste of time.
Hated gym.
What did gym accomplish?
Nothing. It was stupid unless there was they were opening up that accordion and exposing us to the girls' side for some intersexual activity like square dancing when we were kids, or what was the other? Wasn't there something else that the girls and boys did together, like the presidential physical fitness test?
No, we did that separately.
We did that separate?
The only time was when you did the square dancing.
Square dancing.
Which, by the way, have you ever square danced again?
No, and I don't think they do that anymore.
Another thing they did in school that was a complete waste of time.
Yes. What about crab soccer?
Crab soccer was the fucking best.
Did they do crab soccer with the girls?
Yes, they did.
Oh, and you could look up their pant leg?
Yes, you could.
Of course
see their
you can.
vaginas.
And see their crustaceans.
Everything I learned about the female anatomy, I learned playing crab soccer.
Crabs from crab soccer?
Old crab soccer.
God, when that big wall opened up, it was like fucking. I swear to you, it was like a science fiction movie,
right?
With this big monolith opening, and it was you heard holy music playing,
right?
Oh yeah, and there were girls. There were girls on the other side, and they were dressed in their gym uniforms, little shorts and T-shirts.
And then the gym teacher said one day, "Hey, we could look up all their shorts.
Oh,
we should invent a game.
Crab soccer.
It's our old bit. Danny's onto something. But the fucking gym teachers were all the pervs, and they would come up with shit. Why did we need to climb ropes in gym class?
Yeah, the rope thing.
And why did the gym teacher need to be the guy that held the rope at the bottom?
So you could see your
figure it out finally.
Your young smooth scrot.
Right. Figure all that shit out.
Chicks playing volleyball for 45 minutes. It's just like...
Dude, at Harbor Fields High School, I'll say it again, the fucking gym teacher's office was right in the locker room.
Yeah, all their offices were in the locker room.
And that's when I finally realized what a lesbian was.
It's a female gym teacher.
She was a lesbian.
Yeah.
And her office, it was a glass office, was in the locker room.
Yeah.
Is that the greatest job ever?
It's just a treat
I
for
say
her.
yes.
It's a treat.
You think our jobs are great? I want to be a lesbian gym teacher at Harbor Fields High School.
Sitting in a glass office in the middle of a locker room.
Right. With 16, 17, and 18-year-olds
girls
getting naked in front of you.
Naked.
Holy shit.
It could be the best thing ever.
You tell me a better job in America.
And she just loves them up.
I would love to say we have the best job in America.
At a junior high school.
Yeah.
I am telling you, unless they changed it, that was the situation at Harbor Fields High School. And the only reason we knew was because of the hole in the wall in the coach's office where we got to see into the locker room.
Spiky dykey hairdo.
I'm sure they covered up that hole years ago because I've been out of school a while now.
Yeah.
But the fucking office was right in the middle of the locker room.
Great.
You got to be shitting me.
Yeah, that would be amazing for a lesbian.
Do you think she ever called in sick?
Never. Do you think? Imagine the fantasy she was able to have while her dyke fucking girlfriend licked her out. She's just dreaming about the homecoming queen's bush.
She never retired. They probably had to drag her out of there, and she
Force her out,
kicking and screaming at 70 years old. Like, I still have 5 more years. I know I can do this.
Imagine how jealous they are, the ones these days, because of digital cameras and everything like that.
Right.
Back then, you couldn't.
Do you think her panties shattered every day when she took them off?
Drop them on the floor.
The glass.
Can you imagine? You wake up as the lesbian gym teacher.
Yeah.
With a pep in your step. You can't wait to get to school.
Another day, another dollar.
Just set up in your glass office and wait for the fucking girls to come in to change for gym class.
Looking around.
Holy shit.
I'd just be on a rotating seat, just spinning like a radar. Like a radar dish.
So that's why they had 0 period, Jim. They just you couldn't wait. You just woke up. It was like, I got to go to work now.
I'm in.
And look, we were too young to understand that there could be gay people among you, homosexuals, lesbians, all that.
Yeah.
I didn't know half that shit when I was growing up. But the principal must have knew.
Oh, yeah, they were all goofing on her, probably, on the lesbian gym teacher.
You think he and you know, he wasn't allowed in the women's locker room.
No.
But the lesbian teacher certainly was. Holy shit.
You ever do any extracurricular activities, and then you're in school and you're able to, after school hours, go into the girls' locker room, and just standing in there was boner inducing? Just standing there.
But you could even go a step lower than that. Just going into the girls' bathroom.
Right.
At a high
same
school
thing.
was like,
boner
holy
inducing.
shit.
Because you knew the girls that were hot and they were using it, and the mirrors saw them naked.
Right.
The mirrors saw them naked.
You're so
It
right.
was fantastically sexual.
It was such a turn on, and there wasn't a woman in sight. It was just you would sneak in the women's bathroom just to check it out real fast.
Filthy urinals in there.
You felt just dirty.
Oh, it was great. You just looked at the toilet seats and knew the quality of twat that was sitting down on that bowl.
Here we go. Here's the bit. We do it every once in a while, but Phil in Buffalo. Here we go.
Phil?
Go ahead, Phil.
Yes. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, Phil.
7th, 8th, and 9th grade in our junior high, we used to have to swim nude, the whole class.
Now, we heard about this.
What?
No bathing suits. All the guys used to line up, and you'd shower, and then you had to go walk into the pool. It was like a freaking prison camp.
Sounds like
Auschwitz.
And who came up with that rule and why?
We used to have to take diving naked.
Gym teacher, gay gayman.
Gay gayman.
Faggerman. It was.
You used to have to stand on the end of the diving board and bounce up and down.
Yes.
Nothing more fun than water polo naked, and the guys would grab your head.
And you would think that Phil's doing this to get on the radio. I'm telling you, we could get another 10 of these in a second.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this about?
I remember this. People said this.
The law.
Well, now it is. I don't think they're doing it anymore.
No way.
They got away with murder when we were growing up.
Now, Anthony, did you have to do that when you were young?
Never. I wouldn't take my clothes off for shit. I used to get and the reason I failed gym a lot was because I would just wear my jeans and shit. And I would be in the gym wearing jeans because I didn't even want to change into my shorts. I was all scared.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, man. Hey, if we're talking about school, hopefully one of the guys can find it. I forgot what paper it was in. I think it was, I want to say the Sunday papers. There's a great lesbian teacher story.
Ooh.
Two teachers going at it in a room upstairs while there was one of those assemblies going on.
An assembly?
An assembly was going on downstairs, and a guy walked into a dark classroom to see these two teachers going at it.
Was it the janitor guy that walked in?
No, there's a new one.
Oh, it's a new story?
And then the one teacher said that she was helping the other teacher out because she was having some diabetic thing happen.
Yeah, you got to lick their pussy when they're
and that's what the guy's saying. Is like her legs were up in the air and the other teacher's head was between the legs.
She was testing her blood sugar. You got to test and see how
you found it already.
How sweet her pussy is.
Read this, Anthony, nice and slow.
Lesbian Trice.
Could you get bigger font because I want to enjoy the reading?
Oh, look at the two of them too.
Yeah, they're pretty hot.
Was just getting a sexy insulin shot is the headline.
Yeah.
We're looking at a girl. One is Asian, I believe.
A little bit
Asian-ish looking. And the other one is just a kind of a girl next door looking
sure.
Nice. They both look in shape.
Yeah,
trim.
They look they're like lipstick lesbians.
Yeah.
Not the dykey kind.
Not that crazy one. Let me see.
James Madison High School.
Yes. James Madison High School teacher Alini Brito was fired last week for allegedly having sex with a coworker, Cindy Morrow. In an empty classroom in November 2009, a janitor caught them with their pants down and tops off. But Brito said it wasn't sex. It was a medical emergency. Brito claims she was a diabetic and invited Morrow upstairs to, quote, check her blood sugar and give her, I was kidding when I said that,
yeah.
and give her an insulin shot. We've totally seen this movie before. Once upstairs, Brito claimed she felt weak and laid down on the floor. She also took off her sweater to use as a pillow. And Morrow, but a chair under Brito's legs to aid her circulation.
I guess that's put. I guess they fucked up. Morrow put a chair under Brito's legs
to aid her circulation. Morrow claims she was fully clothed at the time, and the room was dark, so the janitor could have just let his imagination run wild. However, school safety officer Ruth Reyes, who saw the scene, now I'm sure Ruth Reyes isn't a lipstick lesbian.
Ruth Reyes is the buzzkill in the story.
She saw the scene, and she claims Brito was naked on the floor. And I saw the blonde between her legs, and when I opened the door, she looked up and told me, "Shut the door." Despite the testimony, state arbitrator Mary Krangle,
another
one,
buzzkill,
ruled that, quote, there is no possible medical non-sexual assistance that a partially naked person could possibly be rendering to another naked person in the position described.
Wait, can you read that again, please?
Despite the testimony, state arbitrator Mary Krangle ruled that, quote, there is no possible medical non-sexual assistance that a partially naked person could possibly be rendering to another naked person in the position described.
What was there? What was the final line in that story? Nothing. Okay.
That she probably just had a case of hysteria. Maybe it was just medical and sexual. Whatever.
Is that a hot story?
That's fucking hot until fucking old Krangle got in there. And
good old
other
Krangle.
Reyes.
Thanks, Krangle.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're pretty good looking. Here, I got it.
Hot story.
I gotta go to the. Oh, please, did he hang up? Okay, good. Let's go to Stu in Detroit. Stu, because people are shocked. They're like, "There's no way a school would allow kids to swim and dive naked." But there was a time.
Yeah.
That this shit was happening. I think they cleaned up the schools a little bit, but you go back a little bit, and you'll get a lot of these stories.
Please,
Stu, go ahead.
When I went to Detroit High School back in the late '60s, we had pool once a week, and it was always mandatory. And you couldn't wear anything in the pool. It was always naked. You had 50 or 60 guys in the pool with this old clown gym teacher sitting on a diving board watching all this stuff. Didn't even want us to practice life-saving techniques. So, all these young guys putting their hands on their arms and backs, spreading
it's
everything
just
around.
a fucking...
What?
You're 15 years old. You don't know what the hell's going on.
Why did you have to practice life-saving techniques naked in a pool?
There's no
while
reason.
the teacher's on a diving board is getting the perfect angle at your young,
reason.
supple butts.
Absolutely. I mean, all the
Swimming
smart
back
guys
and forth.
all the smart guys came in with a doctor's excuse why they couldn't go in the pool, but the rest of us didn't know. We were lined up every Wednesday.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
They're not doing it now, but for 4 years we had to do that.
I got to talk about what else is hot. Not only naked boys in the pool. Have you seen these commercials for online school where the girls are like, you could study in your pajamas?
Yeah.
And it's these hot-looking little college chicks dressed in like boy shorts and little fucking shirts and talking about how they're getting their education in their pajamas online. It is jack-off material, my friend. Jack-off material.
You saw that commercial, and I saw the one where they got the guys talking about how, not only can you get HIV, you can get anal cancer. Have you seen those yet?
I posted a picture of the anal cancer one last night.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
And then I posted the other one with the old broad talking about her reverse mortgage. And she's the old broad with the red sweater and the giant tits.
I haven't seen that one
Have you seen
yet.
her?
No.
Holy shit.
I gotta see that one, too.
Yeah. Giant ass tits.
They're getting out of control with the commercials. This guy wants to share a gay high school wrestling moment with everybody.
Gay high school. And
of course,
any wrestling.
And of course, Buffalo again. I know you guys have long winters, but what the fuck? Put your clothes on. Go ahead, Scott.
What's up, boys?
Hey.
Hey, prepare your gay wrestling jokes, by the way. Big high school wrestling tournament. Everybody's freaking naked, about 100 guys in a small gym getting ready to weigh in. Of course, everybody's within a quarter pound of making weight. And dead silent because nobody's eaten in about 3 days, and all of a sudden you hear a guy scream, "He's got a boner." And everybody freaking just gravitates to the side of the freaking gym, and guys scrambling for their clothes because you're afraid this guy's just going to attack you.
He's got a boner.
Yeah.
They yelled it like he's got a grenade. He's got a boner!
Well, it's just,
It's just as dangerous.
If everyone's naked, it's just as dangerous.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and for 2 days straight.
Does someone have to jump on the boner to save everybody else?
Somebody jumped on. Kowalski jumped on the boner. We lost Kowalski.
You know, Krangle wouldn't have jumped on the boner.
Jump on that boner.
I have a feeling that Krangle doesn't like boners.
Krangle.
That buzzkill. Well, there you go, Scott. That's a wonderful story.
That move that we were talking about, that move that was in the news, that wrestling move where you shove your finger up the guy's ass, right in his asshole as you're wrestling with him.
Yeah, we learned that, right?
Yeah,
on a past show.
I get that one.
All right, let's go to Atlanta. This is happening all over the place. I love this bit. I know we do this from time to time, but it's worth it every time. Michael, Atlanta, what do you got?
Yeah, and I got you beat on the square dance, and we run out of girls, so they failed us because we wouldn't square dance with guys.
Oh, you can't square dance with the guys.
Wait, so if there wasn't enough women, they forced you to do square dancing with a guy?
Well, yeah, my class only had like 3 or 4 girls, and it was like 19, 20 guys, so you'd have to square dance with guys. And me and my buddy, we went up to the seat.
I hate to tell you this, but square dancing isn't that important.
How do you promenade with a guy?
Right.
I don't want a do-si-do with a homie mo. Ew. That was such a bad one.
It's like, well, all right, just for the hell of it. Yeah, the sex with a student. We've done that. This is more about.
We've done that.
This is more about the fucking uncomfortable. Why do I have to be naked swimming in front of you stories? Somebody in Jersey. What's your name, sir?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hi.
It's Scott from Jersey.
All right, what do you got, brother?
I got another moment in high school about wrestling. Our one friend, I won't say his name, but he was one of these uncomfortable kids who liked to make things very fucking weird for people. So when he was wrestling, we were all in the crowd one day. He looks up at us while the kid he's wrestling is on his stomach and takes his 2 fingers and holds them up and looks at us and puts them right up the kid's ass.
Like he presented his fingers first?
Well, he was.
I swear to fucking God,
Like, ta-da.
man. And we all just start cracking up. This kid also used to purposely try to get boners before he went into the shower during wrestling, just to make people uncomfortable.
No, that goes that segs into one of our greatest bits ever. Gay or funny?
Gay or funny?
Forcibly getting boners to go back in the locker room and shower after wrestling matches. Is that gay or funny?
I think that's a rare case of both. The guy was gay.
Okay.
But he decided, look, I could make this funny.
I might as well, yeah.
Yeah, I'll make this funny.
Wow, okay.
So,
yeah. The kid's probably actually listening right now, so I hope he doesn't recognize it.
One big
All right,
thumbs
see you
up for
guys.
that guy. All right.
I'm pretty sure he's going to recognize it if he's listening. How many other kids in your high school
presented their fingers,
fucking rammed him up another kid's ass and got boners in the locker room? I'm pretty sure the cat's out of the bag now.
Where was Krangle when this was happening?
Krangle should have been on the case.
I so hate the name Krangle now.
Krangle.
Fucking ruining that lesbian story.
Oh, man. The square dancing thing was so fucking sexual. So sexual. They didn't understand the fucking fury that put in your fucking pants.
How many guys ran to the locker room stalls or whatever, bathroom stalls, and just whacked it?
When we were doing the square dancing, it was kind of at that age, just before you started jerking off and shit. Like it was just, you knew something was really sexy about what you were doing with these girls. You wouldn't get the opportunity to touch another girl.
Of course not.
And then they throw you together, and you're like, you have your hand around, there's one like square dancing move where you'd have your hand around her waist, and she'd have her hand around your waist, and you're holding hands in front, and you'd have to do some dumb fucking, move like that. And then your hand is like on her shoulder and on her waist, and you're touching her, And this is the first time you're actually touching another girl besides your mom or your sister or some shit.
And going with something you've said many times on the show, for that age, that was hardcore sex.
That was sex.
That was just as good as having crazy sex right now.
I remember, like, my heart started beating so hard. My palms were sweating. I was doing the erratic fucking breathing thing. I swear to God, I was so fucking horned up
and that was
from just touching a girl.
And that was grammar school, so it was like 11 or 12 years old.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yep.
Washington Drive School. I'm going local today.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
You'd get on the line across from the girls and trade off. You'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd count like 1, 2, 3, 4. Who am I partnered up with? And then you count another guy. One of the guys. You're like, dude, could you switch off with me? I want to get her.
But they were doing the same shit to us too.
Yeah. No wonder the girl always moved whenever I moved into position. It was like fucking some kind of weird football lineup.
And I bloomed late,
She's calling audibles.
She's calling,
of course.
My fucking, the girl across from me's calling audibles. What the fuck? Stay lined up, you bitch. I want to touch you.
I bloomed so late. I watched the girls fucking moving around so they didn't get me.
They didn't want you?
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah.
I fucking hit puberty a little too late.
I got in
for
good
all that
with,
shit.
I got in good with my sense of humor, but it didn't pull off getting the girls at square dancing.
No.
I wound up getting this girl that was the head of the itty bitty titty committee.
Really?
Yeah, she was a real skinny thing, and
I always got the
Pam. Her name was Pam.
I always got the smart girl with morals.
Morals?
Yeah.
Like all the girls kind of had morals back then. We got fucked over. Now girls will fucking suck your dick right there in school. Trust me.
Trust me, Jesus Christ. All right, well.
Blowjobs. You couldn't bring up blowjob.
Hell no.
Holy shit. I remember the first time I tried to broach the subject of a girl perhaps giving me a blowjob, and it was after sex. It was after we had intercourse.
And she thought you were crazy, right? Because that was going...
She kind of was like, well, I want to, but I don't know how to do it. And then her friend, her best friend, this other girl that I knew and shit, and wound up telling me, she goes, yeah, she came to me and asked, like, should I practice on a banana? Like, so she kind of wanted to get it right. I got to give her, credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
But it had to be 2 months after we had sex that she decided, she would give it a try. Give it the old college try, the old high school try of giving me a little oral.
Was it a nightmare?
No. Any time your penis was in a girl's mouth at that age was good. Any!
I remember one time in Geneseo.
How old were you? That's college.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a time that it was a complete nightmare.
Yeah, but I'm
talking about where this girl had no fucking clue and the teeth were involved to the point it was ridiculously uncomfortable.
Right,
But
I know. Yeah.
Following your lead there, you're like, well, fuck, it's still in her mouth.
Yeah.
So you keep going with it.
Yeah.
It was a fucking nightmare.
See, but I'm talking high school. I'm talking like 15, 16 years old.
We were on different levels. I didn't even get close to any action in high school.
See, because by that age...
I got nothing in high school.
By that age, you can say, like, all right, it's a blowjob. It's good because it's a blowjob, but she's doing it pretty poorly and it's kind of hurting and stuff. At 16, you don't give a shit if she's using a fucking McCulloch chainsaw. It feels good in her mouth. Fuck it.
Right. I think I've said this before. I didn't lose my virginity until I was in college. I was that guy. I'm telling you, I fucking matured way too late.
Pretty early.
For all this shit. And I know you were all in very early.
Oh, I remember getting the one from this girl. I was at this, it was at a fucking park in back of a school. And she was hammered on some Bacardi and decided she's just going to like, she was drunk like that chick in Superbad in the bedroom.
Oh, really?
I am going to give you the best blowjob.
Look what I got for you.
Right.
Look what I got. She was that fucked up. And she like kneels in front of me and she also had braces. And it fucking was, I was wincing. I was actually going like wincing, but didn't tell her to stop.
Right.
It's great.
Yeah, that's the quandary, though.
It's like a carrot peeler.
Oh,
it's like a fucking, like a cheese grater.
Yeah, here we go. Chisel. Let's go to Chisel in PA.
Morning, boys.
Hi, Chisel.
We used to have a gym teacher that used to, after gym class, come into the shower room and make sure we took a shower before we got dressed.
Oh, yeah. I know those gym teachers, too. Had a few of them. What? I'd always scoot out.
Now that you're older, Chisel, you got to think the guy was gay, right?
Oh, well, absolutely.
Because what straight man would give a fuck if you showered after gym class?
Yeah.
And we had this one kid, I think it was in like 8th or 9th grade. He was hung like a horse. We found out later that it was only in our gym class that he came in to watch us take a shower.
Oh, you wanted to see the big cock kid.
I had a
size king.
Yeah, I want to see the guy with the big dick.
Most people know I did a lot of sports, and I was a big time runner in college, and one of the fucking runners was a big cock kid.
Big cock kid.
And we were all like, really? Could you just fucking go over there and shower?
We had one kid in the class too. He was
big cock kid,
big cock kid, and like full massive pubes and shit. And he's in there and he's showering like a man, like one arm's up. He's under his armpit, his hairy armpit with the bar of soap, and he's just looking around. He's running his fingers through his hair like, yeah, I'm showering, I'm a man. And all of us are like walking there shaking.
Yeah, you're just happy that you're starting to sprout some pubes.
It's just the worst.
Just a couple.
I knew a guy
have that going
in high school, and he was big cock guy. I didn't go to high school with him, but I had heard about because a friend of mine had gone to school with him.
Yeah,
and we're talking one day, and he was telling me, now this is high school, and he was complaining to me that it's a curse to have a big dick because all the chicks complain that it hurt. And I was just like, I'll take the dick. I'll fucking take the dick, dude.
That old gag. Shut the fuck up.
Cut that up.
Find a size queen.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll find a size queen that'll take it.
Exactly.
Wow. Big cock guy in the shower at school.
Jim Norton has arrived. You missed a fine first hour, sir.
We were just talking about school and maybe my sandwich. And showering and gym class and lesbian gym teachers.
Did you guys hear what I did?
I know, poor Jimmy. It's on the cover of all the papers.
Looks good.
Crazy guy, crazy gunman.
Enough with him.
You know who, I was saying this before, you know who is one of the most saddest victims of this whole thing? Is a Golden Voice guy. Boy, did he get thrown off of everything when this shooting happened in Arizona.
But I think in this case it's good because we learned that Golden Voice guy has 9 kids that he abandoned.
So they
were about to go with that fucking angle.
They're ready to roll with that one?
And said, fuck that. We got this situation in Arizona.
Yeah, so the Golden Voice guy's gone.
You hear Golden Voice guy's Kraft commercial?
Yeah.
It's fucking good, dude.
Nah, you know what? We were talking about this the other day. It doesn't fit. It's
too over the top.
Kraft
macaroni.
Is it too much?
Kraft macaroni and cheese.
The voice is just ridiculous. It really is. I haven't heard a voice like that in radio in a long time. George Taylor Morris was up there and a couple other guys.
Yeah.
There was who was the black guy that was a legend, Eddie W, and he did sports. Somebody will get the name.
Lou Gossett Jr.?
Lou Gossett Jr. Roscoe, yes. Roscoe had a hell of a voice.
Kevin from Connecticut.
Kevin knows his radio and voice
out of his
shit.
fucking ass.
Here's the Kraft commercial.
Yeah, this is just
Which, by the way, is brilliant on Kraft's part because what I'm seeing on TV is everyone is playing the Kraft commercial for free.
Oh, so
they're not buying ads on TV, but every TV show is playing this. Going, look, his first spot, and this is what it is. Brilliant on their part.
Home-style macaroni and cheese. Cheesy noodles topped with golden brown breadcrumbs. You know you love it.
God, that's a fucking
Kraft
voice.
macaroni and cheese. That's what it looks like on the inside of my underwear.
Right. It's not over the top because he's just doing the tag at the end.
Yeah.
He's not doing the whole spot. If the whole spot was like that, it would be awful.
It's just strange because no one really sounds like that's no one on TV.
Right.
Sounds like that. Not even movie trailers really do that anymore.
When we were growing up, there were a lot of guys like that. That's why they're saying golden because
the golden age.
A lot of people had the golden voice. That's what radio used to be about. It didn't matter what you said. It was your voice that got you hired. And they did away with that horseshit years ago.
Oh,
thank
yeah.
God. So it's kind of cool to hear a guy like that again because we haven't heard it in a while.
I'm liking your haircuts, digging that polyester look.
Right. The 70s, they were called 70s Boss Jocks.
The Boss Jack.
And that was all about having a really good voice.
Yeah.
And that's all they cared about. So why don't we do our first break?
Eat time. Yum, yum.
What the fuck? You said golden voice, Ted Williams. We'll figure it out. Jim Norton's back from L.A.
Dino's back.
Yes, I am. There was something, though. We'll figure it out during the break. Stay there. Morning. So Hoarders went down last night, huh?
Yeah.
Season finale?
Yeah. It's a little disappointed, to be quite honest with you.
Gonna give me a little credit,
Big
please?
season finale.
A little credit, please?
You said it. So the guy, Rat Guy.
They
was
ended
on
with
last
Rat
night.
Guy.
Ended with Rat Guy. He had about 1,500 or so rats in his house. But they were the pet store type rats, not your sewer rat or...
Still kind of skeevy.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it's not skeevy. It would skeeve me out.
When you've seen a subway rat and then they show you those type of rats, it's a big drop-off.
They'd run around his house all over the place. He would dump feed on the floor, and they would eat. And they lived him. I mean, he loved his rats. He loved them. And it was, 2,000 rats, 2,500 rats. I don't know, I'm getting different numbers, but whatever it was.
He
had
had
a lot of fucking rats.
That's all you need to know.
I think they got 2,000.
Who are you?
2,000?
Me?
Yeah.
Travis. Hi.
I'm supposed to intro everybody when they talk. Jesus.
Hey, guys,
and
it's
that's
Travis.
Danny. That's going to talk next.
Danny's back from his shit.
And Jimmy's over there.
Who said to intro everybody? That's terrible advice. I'm chilling.
It gets confusing if you don't know who's talking.
No, it doesn't.
No, you figure it out.
Yeah. You listen.
Right.
I don't think people give a fuck who's talking as long as it's entertaining or funny in the end. It doesn't matter if all of a sudden Danny or Travis.
Pressure's on now.
I know.
So what were we saying, Travis?
Well, Opie, they got 2,000 rats out, and then one of those little, blurbs at the end said that after they left, he found another, 350.
Oh, that's
and
it?
gave them away. So,
Rat Guy.
2,300.
Where did he? But he wasn't sleeping with them anymore, right? He had to sleep in his office. I remember seeing the preview.
Yeah, because he was sleeping at one point. They were pulling his hair out and making bedding with it. And nesting with it.
Pulling his hair out.
Yeah, and they were licking any moisture off his lips, nose, and eyeballs when he was sleeping.
How do you sleep? If my wife just rolls over, I wake up.
Yeah, rats pulling your hair out.
How do you sleep as rats are nibbling
to
at
make
you?
their nests? That's a little much.
Jeez, you think he's a deep sleeper?
Apparently so.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so it wasn't as disgusting. It was creepy. It was skeevy to have that many rats. It just, you have this kind of, I don't know, primal ugh when it comes to rats. Humans don't really like them.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't as gross though as the week before with crazy fat bitch rotting meat in the refrigerator. Yeah, she should have been the finale because that bitch, you wanted to fucking choke her. And this guy, you just honestly just felt bad for him.
They did good on the season premiere, which was that lady who just threw the bags of shit up on her stairs.
Right.
Love that one.
Right one.
That was just probably the only one I saw all year.
That was just, that set the bar.
Right.
Yeah.
And then last week
with a fat pig yelling at her children and her fucking relatives and just so selfish.
It's hard for her, though. Huh? It's hard for her.
Oh, God. She had giant fat waddle under her chin. Her arms were just lumps of fat hanging off the bottom of her arms. She's yelling, walking on dirt with a walker and yelling at her children.
And what was she hoarding?
Everything. And she was a disgusting hoarder, too. Like the open up the fridge, and it was just disgusting shit rotting in her refrigerator. And they're all talking about how good they are at cooking. And I'm a great cook. And they got to cook on a hot plate because the stove is covered with cats. And what are they eating? And they're sitting there eating on a stool in the middle of shit.
Jesus.
Oh, it's disgusting. I hated this woman.
How do you live
hated
like
her.
that?
Look at her. Look at her big, dumb fuck face.
How do you live like that?
I don't know.
We got the clips from last week.
Oh, good. Yeah,
because the season finale wasn't that great, and this is the one you've been obsessed with for a while now. You loved this
I wanted
episode of Hoarders.
I wanted to fucking speed bag her fucking chin. That big, lumpy chin.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's hard to get rid of stuff. She's having a tough time. You got to go slow with her.
Got it.
Eat that.
What's her name? Hannah?
Yeah, Hannah.
Let's meet Hannah.
I'm Hannah, and I'm a cotton-picking ridge runner, stomp jumper, and damn proud of it.
You're not somebody. Shut up, dumb hick.
I raise chickens, ducks, geese, turkeys, goats, and sheep.
All right, I'm coming now.
She raises them and kills them because
No wonder I'll slap you. You don't listen.
conditions are horrible.
Down, daggone you.
I don't throw away anything that I can use later.
No.
I don't call it a hoarder. I call it keeping what you need to buy, gosh, and when you don't have money to go buy it later.
Yep. You know, who's she hurting in the end? Besides her family, who gives a fuck about her and her family?
My anger.
Is she hurting her neighbors?
Yeah, yeah.
They were close?
Yeah, she's hurting her neighbors. It's just, yeah, she's hurt, and the animals themselves. If you're into like not seeing animals be tortured, then you'd fucking hate this woman.
But it's chickens.
She put chickens and no, it's like every kind of animal. She had all kinds of fucking animals.
Okay.
And the chickens, like I said, had shit in the cage so deep that they were squished between the shit and the top of the cage.
Okay, that's right.
And she hoarded a dead chicken.
She had chickens to the point where they couldn't even move in the cage. There were so many chickens in one cage that they couldn't even move.
They could move, and their
she would
feathers
just
are falling
dump the
out.
food on top of them.
Yeah, she dumped the food on top of the chickens, and one chicken's eating the food off the other chicken. Chicken. It's a funny word when you say it enough.
Are we gonna
Turns
have
funny.
We're gonna have what's her name on today, right? To talk about this?
Yeah.
Robin Zazio?
Yeah, I want to talk to her.
She's a
about
psychologist.
this
That's
fucking cunt.
That's part of this show.
No, we like her.
No, I'm not talking about her.
Yeah, she knew how to play. She ended up being really cool. Hannah's
I'm a cotton picking. Go get in. You know you're not.
Do we have video of her?
Hannah's daughter, Linda, talks about her mom and her chickens. So here's the daughter's involvement in the whole thing.
I'm Linda, and I'm Hannah's daughter.
Hi.
Mom's been living in the single wide
Another
for
fat
about
pig.
2 years now with
Just
chickens.
single wide.
Mom's got about 50 head of baby chickens and half-grown chickens in the tubs.
That's what was happening last night. There was a fight. You see that? Wound up killing you.
She's got chick manure all over it,
Chick manure.
garbage all
Like
over
that.
it. It
He's
is
got that on
bad.
his chest.
Mom does not have heat in the single wide. She doesn't have anything to cook on but a hot plate.
Good. It's her
Mom
fault,
can't
you
even get to her kitchen
enabling
sink.
shithead.
Well, she did it to her.
She's
Look
an
at
enabling
this.
fuckwad.
Get the fuck out of
Look
here.
at this slob.
She's not a good housekeeper.
That bitch must stink.
What are you supposed to do with someone like that?
Just you know what you ought to do? Just lock the trailer from the outside and get a match. This problem will be over.
Yes.
Troubles here will be over very quickly.
Very quickly. Just burn her alive.
To a pile of inoculated chicken beaks.
Her home became so full she was forced to move into the fucking
So
trailer.
she moved into the trailer, and this trailer is just a piece of shit. And then she gets the trailer full of cats and chickens, and she doesn't eat the chickens or collect eggs or anything. She just has them to hoard them.
Look at how cruel that is, that they're just stuffed in there.
Yeah.
What a
This
fucking
selfish,
pig.
fat fucking pig. And it's like, oh, their one's dead, and she pulls the dead one out.
Yeah, she's just a selfish pig.
Where does she put the dead ones?
She kept
What
it
do you mean?
in Tupperware.
Where?
Yeah, they're like right next to the live ones.
Oh, that's good.
Look at this.
So the live ones behave?
She's got rooms full. Yeah.
Thank you.
She got rooms full of shit. And look at her cooking. And now she's eating on a spackle bucket. Look at this disgusting slob. God, does she infuriate me.
She has to cook on her hot plate because there's no electricity in the single wide.
Yeah, no electricity.
Well, Hannah's daughters say they were abused. That's great.
They're all in okay shape as far as I know.
Pluto.
If there's any of them there's something wrong with them, it's more than I know about.
There's a couple goats that can't even walk at all. Every time the goat took a step, it would lift its leg up because it was in pain. I couldn't believe it. she treats those animals the way she treated us kids.
You listen to me. You quit fighting them others. You hear me? I spank.
And I can't stand that. We were abused many different ways. There was many times that
She make you perform
the
cunnilingus
cops
on
were
her?
called. I was 16 years old when the state of Illinois removed us. I only tolerate her because she is my mother.
Bad.
I don't have to punish her. God will.
God will.
I had
God's a chicken.
16 kids, and 10 of them are still living. If they don't want to have nothing to do with me, fine. If they do, fine. I was living before they was born, and I'll live till I die.
Yeah, she's just a piece of garbage.
I had 16 kids, 10 of them lived. She's like, hey, give me a
That's not
pat
bad.
on my fat back.
But again, all they should do is just take her animals and then leave her there to die.
Yes.
She has no redeeming value as
Yes.
a person.
Take her animals away because she's just fucking abusing them.
Yeah.
And let her die.
Let her die
of
alone.
The lonely old fucking piece of shit she is.
But she'll never feel lonely. That
No,
never works out
She
that
will
way.
if you take away her stupid animals.
Oh, well, then you're
Yeah.
talking. Make her live in a pristine environment is the way to go.
Yeah, just lock
the
her.
lonely thing, she don't give a shit. She likes living
miserable
that way.
bitch.
I don't know if we want to go through all the clips, but I got Hannah's. The doctor walks in the trailer. Is
yeah,
that what?
I want to hear her starting to yell because she starts yelling at
Do we need the
people.
doctor clip?
I don't know. I don't remember that one. I think it shows what a obnoxious, uncooperative bitch she is.
Be careful because you'll fall through the floor there. Okay.
When I walked in the trailer, I was almost speechless. The condition was so bad in this trailer.
There's chickens all in these containers.
The air quality was overwhelming. That's manure?
That's
If you
manure.
kept this high.
Yes, that's manure. It's all in this house. Nothing works in this place.
I mean, this isn't fit for anything to live in.
No.
Okay, Linda, is she hoarding dead animals? Why is she not even throwing the animals
This is the second
away?
time I've seen one dead. I've seen one dead outside.
No one is going to make
Oh.
it through the winter in here. There's
And I
no
told
way.
her that. I told her that. She says, well, I'll just have to put an electric heater in here.
And it's going to go up in flames.
Exactly. That's what I told her.
I
Hannah's children were taken away from her, and they've been gone for several years now, and so they're watching her deterioration from afar.
Why do they care if she deteriorates? Again, she has no redeeming value whatsoever.
Because they're enabling shitheads themselves. At one point, animal control comes to the house, like unexpected, even from the Hoarders show people. Animal control just shows up to start taking fucking animals away. And one of the daughters comes running up and yelling at everybody that they shouldn't be doing this to my mama. I came here from work. I had to come here because my mama is being abused. Shut up. Look at her. She's a waste of life. Hate her. They got any yelling clips?
Yeah, we're heading into that.
Yeah, I want to hear her
the poor
yelling.
deer. They
Poor
start to
deer.
clean up and find a flattened chicken.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We have got a lot of work to do today. My name is Matt Paxton. I'm an extreme.
Now you watch Hoarders every
Yeah.
week. None of these people actually give a fuck, right? They just want to be on TV.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. And this Matt guy, he doesn't take any guff. He's what they call a straight shooter.
The way he says his name every time just annoys the shit out of me. I'm Matt Paxton.
I'm Matt Paxton. And the second someone starts giving him shit, he just turns around and goes, hey, we're here to help you.
Right? No,
Like
but we're here to make good TV. Is what he's really
of course, of course. They do good shrink, bad shrink. Is pretty much it.
Nice.
And he's bad shrink.
What a great show. I
It's
hope this goes
fantastic.
on for you.
The refrigerator is disgusting.
My name is Matt Paxton. I'm an extreme cleaning specialist. If we don't know already, Hannah is in charge, okay?
And nothing gets thrown into the dump trucks unless I tell them to.
Loud and clear. This is our
I love how they give.
She's empowered.
Yeah, I love how they give the hoarder some empowerment.
Yeah, they try to empower them.
Hannah, don't worry, you're in charge here.
Now
ultimately, you're in charge.
Right, you're going to tell them what to throw away.
I would fucking tie her to a chair as they empty the house.
Oh, just let her scream and cry as you throw away all her precious pieces of shit.
And whip her legs with something.
I would have no problem doing that to my own mother.
Yes, just fucking. Wouldn't it be great to just tie this woman up and
Just
beat her
tie
with
her to a chair?
A segment of barbed wire?
See, then why can't we have our own TV show?
God, I hate this.
Bullhorn screaming their fucking faces
Right.
how awful they are.
Right.
Oh, God.
You're a waste of life. We're throwing away everything. We're taking your chickens, you fat mess, with your Bluto arms. You fucking pig. You're a fucking pig. Hit her with the barbed wire again.
Just whip her with barbed wire segments.
Why do but I react the same way. It's like, why the anger? I don't know why I get angry either.
I am so angry.
Dude, it ruins my day.
Yes. Doesn't it? It's horrid.
I want her smothered.
I want to be able to watch these shows, but I just can't. The me.
Does she annoy you?
Yeah.
Oh, this me on this one is
just
exquisite.
Well, let's get the poor dear. I haven't heard her be me yet.
Because I don't give a fuck about her. I care what it does to everybody around her. And she has no fucking clue.
Debilitating.
That's what drives me insane with these shows.
She's terrible.
But then the kids have to wake up one day and break the chains.
Break the chain.
Break the cycle.
The cycle. No, the kids will be just as fucked up.
Well, because they're not willing to break the cycle.
No, they're too fucking.
Got to talk about
they're
your
out of
issues
it.
and then go, you know what, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to keep my house tidy.
They're out of it.
Yeah, no hope for the kids
No
too in
hope,
this situation.
Unclear. This is our animal safety team.
Well, I imagine I've worked with livestock before Yuns was ever born.
Hannah is very comfortable with who she is.
you
I think
know-
she's been a fighter all of her life.
I'm a
we are not
fighter.
going to change Hannah. We're not going to change who she is.
Right.
All right, everybody ready to go?
Ready.
That is all feces. This is a dead chicken that was underneath about a foot of feces.
Okay.
It got crushed under the weight of the feces, and it was in a cage, so it couldn't get out.
That's wonderful. Yeah,
Fucking
a
pig.
foot of shit. And it
She's
couldn't get out.
torturing animals, this fucking slob.
Yeah, she's torturing fucking animals, and she's like, and they told her, look, we have livestock professionals here that'll assess the animals and see. Well, I've been around livestock before you was born. Like that obnoxious, like you know everything. You fucking dumb, 60 IQ, profoundly retarded hillbilly fuck. I hate this woman.
We still don't have the clip of her yelling and screaming, though.
Oh, well, better get it. I want to hear it.
You heard about this, too, just to do a little off-roading?
Yeah.
That the fan frenzy caused a small earthquake at the Seattle Seahawks game over the weekend. Have you heard about this yet?
Really? What, from jumping around?
Jumping and screaming so much, it registered.
It registered?
As a tiny earthquake.
Oh.
That's pretty unbelievable, isn't it?
What is there, one of those seismographs right there in the middle of the field?
Or maybe
what the fuck are they doing?
Or maybe it was a real earthquake.
Yeah, it could have been a real
more than likely.
It was just a coincidence.
Bunch of assholes with umbrellas leaping around. She's going to move the planet. Bunch of people yelling, yay.
Yay. Yay, my team. They start examining the animals, Anthony. Back to Hannah, the hoarder.
She got her foot caught in an old piece of fencing.
How long ago did that happen?
Last fall.
Last fall. Is she pregnant?
Yeah, she's pregnant. She's pregnant to have a baby next month.
This duck can't even stretch his legs. We've watched him. All he can do is kind of scooch on this wire. Her feet are not intended to be on wire. You get chronic injury and inflammation. The ducks need to have access to water so that they can swim, but they can't.
No, I don't want them in no water to swim. I don't want them laying their eggs in water where I can't get them to sit.
Do you have a pond where the ducks could get to?
No, I don't want them in that pond.
That would be great.
You put them in that pond, well, goodbye. I just fed them for nothing.
I know what she is required to provide for these animals, and she's not providing it.
We really need to do our own hoarder show and teach this one a lesson and put her in a room where it's only like 3 feet between the floor and the ceiling.
And have her
go, this is how you're
barefoot.
And have her live like that for a weekend and go, this is how your chickens are living.
And your ducks. Have her barefoot on wire, where she's got to stand on wire, mesh, with barefoot. Like, the ducks need fucking water. They're ducks.
But she lives in a trailer filled with chicken shit.
Yeah, that's true.
She's nuts.
She would love the cage.
She would love it.
But she can still move around, so you got to make it, you got to get it to the point where she's like, okay, I get it.
With a
but
big dumb walker.
Instead, they coddle her on this show.
I know.
That's what drives me nuts.
Wouldn't you like her to be? I was thinking how funny it'd be, like, if she's standing there, an old fat piggy lady, just to push her and tip her over in her walker.
Oh, a walker just blindside her. Just dive right into her and make her fall over. Hey!
You hate her?
I hate this woman. I have a deep hatred for this woman.
Michu Kaku's checking in. Thank God.
Wow.
Michu Kaku.
Yes, hello. How are you today, gentlemen?
Good. We're going over Hannah the Hoarder here.
Well, you must understand that the mind of a hoarder is like a reaver of garbage. The only way to actually remove the problem is to burn the bitch alive in the house.
Well, thank you for that insight, Dr.
Yes. Wonderful. It's wonderful every time you call our show. Thank you.
Her trailer is filled with chicken kaku. Get it?
Yeah. Get it?
Duty.
He's laughing. He's laughing.
He's laughing. He knows. He gets it.
He gets it. He got it.
He gets it.
Hannah refuses to make room for the goats. What's up with the goats?
There's a barn type area that they're in right here in this picture.
It looks roomy enough.
And, well, it's roomy enough if you remove some of these cages, these rusty cage, that is all over the place.
Q Soundgarden, let's go.
They're all over the place. And this fucking fat slob is not letting them clear this out so the chickens can have an open space.
And who's the guy in the background? I'm
That's
looking at the screen.
Shrink that doesn't take any nonsense.
That's Matt Pat.
He's taking nonsense, though.
No, he doesn't take much nonsense.
He's taking nonsense.
A little nonsense.
He's kind of faking that he's not taking nonsense. But I think he's taking some nonsense.
Little nonsense.
Little nonsense?
A little bit.
I don't know the show like you, but just how he's standing there, I see he's taking a little nonsense.
No,
he's got his hands on his hips. When was the last time you stood with your hands on your hips?
He's leaning on a shit-filled fucking cage.
Okay.
He's trying to keep his hands anywhere but on the shit-filled cage. Hips probably safe. He doesn't listen to her crap.
Seriously, when was the last time you just stood somewhere with your hands on your hips?
Right before I took a step to the right.
Jesus Christ.
I'd like you to do the hokey pokey with a bunch of fucking cut off clits in the sedan. You put your husband's right arm in. You put your afro out. You run in a circle and it still doesn't rain.
Okay, the goats. Making room for the goats.
I need to get more space for these goats. And this is a great opportunity.
It's enough space for them for now. I'll get the rest of it done myself later on.
We got a bunch of guys with a bunch of trucks that are free. That's why I want
There ain't nothing going out of here.
I'm telling you, half of this is
I don't care what you're telling me. I'm telling you. I own it. You don't.
correct. She's a rattlesnake. She just lets you know that you're bugging her. She makes a lot of noise, tries to get you to go away. I'd like to get this out of here.
It's going to stay right where it is.
Okay, so we want to the goal was to give your goats more space. You're saying this is not the way to do it.
No, that stuff stays there.
What about if we just reshuffled it to here?
No, I said it stays there. How many times I have to tell you that?
It's difficult to do a hoarding cleanup when the hoarder doesn't want to touch anything.
Mom,
I'm gonna go.
What a piece of fucking shit.
I can't listen anymore.
Can you
Look,
she's upset, guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
Opie's in a corner in the fetal position.
This is the shit that drives me nuts about people. You're affecting everyone around you.
Do you see that?
And I can't stand the coddling.
No.
You hear it.
No, I told you it's mine.
I'm sure there's rules. It's A&E, and they got to do it. They got to be careful how they do this.
Punch her in the
or she'll
face.
boot the crew out and they'll be able to film.
Yeah, that's probably like walking the fine line between wanting to belt her in the face and doing a show.
Yeah, but she's obviously having a tough day. I mean, tough time. She's trying.
No, she's not. Jimmy.
She said nothing's going on there.
Have you been listening?
It is her place.
She bought it. Not him.
Are they getting like new episodes together for next season?
Oh, I would assume. Yeah, this is a hit.
Can we do a hoarding episode on Club Soda Kenny and his hoarding of condiments?
Condiment hoarding.
Could someone drag the drawer of condiments in here, please? Or
Now,
can someone do a quick count of what we're up to?
Kenny, how many condiments do you really need? I need them all.
Is it as bad as the old place?
I haven't seen it.
See, just like a hoarder situation, we were able to get rid of all the hoarding of the condiments that Kenny was doing, but he's had enough time to now get a new collection.
Yep.
Where's the collection of condiments?
I like chicken shit.
Could someone count up the condiments?
Sam's going to bring it in.
Sam's going to bring it in?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I think when Dr. Robin calls, I think we got an episode for her. Club Soda Candy and the condiments.
She should have checked it out when she was here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a bad. Fuck, we weren't thinking. Hannah won't let them fix the animals. What do you mean by fix the animals?
Literally, yeah. Make sure they're okay.
Or fix meaning they can't have babies anymore?
No, I don't think that. It's well beyond that. I think they want to take them away. They want to take them away and give them some veterinary care.
Yeah, the issue is that they can't, since these people that they called in are from out of state,
right?
They can't take any animals away from her unless she lets them.
Is it cruel to say that I don't really care because it's chickens and goats?
Right. I could really.
If it was cats, it was dogs.
It would be worse. But she's actually making
why
me
do we
care about
think that way,
chickens.
though?
But she's making me care about chickens.
We don't have chickens and goats as pets, and we didn't grow up with friends who had them as pets.
I do.
You got her voice down.
Oh, that's so fucking angry. Everything is just angering.
Our animals on this property that are suffering, and we can't allow them to continue to suffer like that.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When you start out messing with it, I'll sue every damn one of you.
You know, Hannah, that's
Now,
your
by
right.
God, there's no damn sense of you getting out here, sticking your damn nose in my business. It's none of your business.
But we were called here, and we were called here for a reason, Hannah, and that was to make your life better, right?
Yes, and taking my animals sure as hell won't make it better.
But it also, we need to make the animals' life better as well.
I have been battling this damn bull for years. Somebody else got their damn nose stuck where they got no business.
Ugh. Yeah, in that trailer. I wouldn't want my nose in there. You stinky old bitch. God, she's got a smell.
Yeah. Her asshole's not clean.
Oh, God.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, wow.
Kenny's been cured?
Kenny's cured.
Kenny's cured because Sam walked in with the condiments. That used to be a whole fucking drawer filled.
Yeah, my thought is probably that it was cleared out before the end of the year.
Who did that?
And so this is probably just the 2011.
They're my condiments.
Cool.
There's really not much in there.
No, there's going to be less in about.
Oh no! That's gonna drive Kenny nuts.
Oh, he's gonna.
Oh boy!
Jimmy just threw away what was left of it. Kenny's condiments.
Don't tell Kenny. Let him find out on his own.
How funny would it be if he came in and broke my neck?
Hysterical.
Not for me, but
Hannah freaks out over the animals. This is finally we're an hour into the clips, Ann, and you get what you want. The screaming and
the yelling,
carrying on.
Okay?
That's damn.
Hannah, these people are ready to come in and take all your animals. Right. I don't.
That's all they think about. You ain't taking somebody
and
else.
I'm trying to prevent that. But you've got some that you can't care for.
I can care for him if I had some.
Hannah, we are on your team. I promise.
Will you shut up when I'm talking to her? I can manage them just fine. All of them.
Let me tell you what we can do for you, Hannah. Okay. Let me give you an option. Okay.
No, it ain't an option. You might tell me what you can do, but it's not an option.
But I'm asking you to let us do this. We got to deal with this.
You let Robin take the sick ones so you can keep
Yeah, but you take this. I ain't got nothing.
I'm not.
I don't give a damn. You take the ones you're calling sick, then I've got nothing left.
And Hannah.
And I might as well just get rid of the whole thing and be done with it.
I don't want to do that.
okay.
She gave you an out, you assholes!
What?
Didn't she give him an out?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
And she goes, "We don't want to do that. Just tell her that's what we're gonna do."
Yeah, we're taking these fucking poor, suffering animals away from you, you fucking witch bitch.
Yeah, why didn't they just let animal control? Oh, look at her, this fucking fat sow.
And who's that? Her daughters?
Yeah, the daughter.
Patting her fat arm. She was a neglectful mother.
Don't fucking
enabling
don't give her any
douchebags.
comfort.
She deserves she deserves to die alone.
Let her cry on the ground by herself. That's when you walk away.
Yeah, walk away.
Guess what? She'll change.
I don't want to do that.
Hannah has extremely poor judgment and insight, and she can't make any healthy decisions.
This is the solution.
Oh, yeah, that's a solution for you, but it's not for me.
Oh,
the team decides to leave Hannah alone to cool down. At the same time, her daughter Becky bursts onto the scene.
Becky is a cunt on wheels.
Of course she is.
Oh, boy.
Whose side is she on?
The mother's.
What? I thought...
Oh, no, she's on the mother's side.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully Becky was raped for a lot of years.
Don't start with me. Don't start with me.
Whoa.
No, you guys were supposed to come up here and help her.
We are
not. I'm not supposed to get phone calls while I'm at work.
Calm down.
And she's upset.
Calm down.
You know she's got a heart. No.
Calm down.
My mother is nobody's going to start with her.
Who started with her? Calm down.
One of the grandchildren was apparently calling Hannah's daughter and saying things that weren't even happening.
I get phone calls while I'm at work.
Okay, calm down. Calm down. I don't know who you are.
Everybody's calling me here. I'm not going to deal with my mother getting upset and having a heart attack.
She's fine.
No, that ain't what I got.
Time out.
Give a what you say.
Time out. Bart. Bart, please go that way.
Okay.
She's right here. We're going to do something. No one.
Robin and I were able to stop her, but she still ended up getting in a fight with her brother.
Everything's going fine until her
Bart,
you shut your mouth, Bart.
Please.
get over
Bart.
here.
Hey, watch out, Bart.
Don't do it, Bart.
Hey.
She'll knock the hell out of him and flatten him out.
Hit her, Bart.
These children that she has raised don't have ability to communicate without yelling.
This isn't helping.
This family is probably the largest family I've ever seen. And it is by far the most dysfunctional family I have ever seen.
They were all fat kooks.
Bart was
Except Bart. Well, yeah, that's because Bart does crystal meth every day.
Exactly.
And
Bart-
just smokes cigarettes.
He looks like he plays in a Southern rock band.
Yeah, Bart looks like he's from fucking Leonard Skinner.
He sure does, man.
He looks like David Spade. It's fucking Bart Dirt.
Does he have a shirt with an eagle on
Yeah, a
it?
big shirt with a big eagle.
It's terrible.
He's got a cigarette in his mouth. He's yelling at his sister.
It's not even lit.
No, it's not lit. He's trying to light it, but he's yelling too much.
He probably has a suit with a Ford truck on the back of it, with the decal.
Bart rules.
With the thing with the little guy that pisses on the Chevy logo.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a rude boy hat wears with his tuxedo. Bart's a fool. And he fell out of a rotten cunt.
That whole fucking family should be gassed.
We should send Jared Lofter to visit with that whole family.
Exactly.
Jared Lofter, 5 minutes with that fucking family.
Jared Lofter.
Warning signs missed. We'll get into that whole thing after the break.
Yeah.
Well, let me write that down. Warning signs missed. The fucking media. They're so stupid.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hannah still doesn't want to clean.
Our boxes got to go out to the barn.
No, they don't, because there is stuff in there that cannot go in the barn.
Okay.
And I don't give a whether you like it or don't.
Okay. But they're going to the barn.
Take on.
Hey.
Mom.
You want me to sit your
Hey.
Quit, Becky. No.
Guys.
It's okay.
Guys.
It's okay. My mom has lashed out at me many times. I'm used to it. That's what she did when we were kids. So I just take it.
Kiss my
You grits.
leave my stuff alone or you get the hell out of here now. Whatever you want to do.
Well, that's where we're at. We're either going to move it all or we're leaving. You got to decide.
Yeah, see?
It's trash. This family decided that they were going to do whatever it takes to get this house safe for their mom. And they've done that. But the reality is this house will be full very quickly.
We have offered aftercare services for Hannah. She does not think that she has a compulsive hoarding problem.
Of course she doesn't.
She does not by any means see anything wrong with the treatment of these animals, and she's refusing all help at this point. Hannah's prognosis is extremely poor, probably the worst of any hoarder I've ever worked with.
Chickens.
Poor dead, dying chicken.
That was Robin, who's going to be on our show in about an hour.
Yeah.
So
the chicken died. This woman's holding a chicken.
Yeah.
It died right there in her hands.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah. It just dies. Yeah, it was starving. And stupid fat fuck Hannah. It's like, what a disgusting, selfish slob.
She is valueless.
Yes.
As a I don't care that she's crazy. I don't care that she's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
She literally should be left to die alone in her own shit. Or basically, they should let animal control take every animal out of there.
Yeah.
and then you get a judge, and if she's found with another animal, she's thrown in jail.
Right.
Is that what they did?
I don't think that's what they should do.
Did they take the animals away yet?
I think they did.
They took some of them away.
Yeah.
But they, like I said, they couldn't take anything unless she said okay.
Yeah.
But the other people did.
So they took the sick ones.
That doesn't make
which was
sense.
Like almost all.
Animal control
Well,
can't
Animal Control came unannounced, and they convinced Animal Control to leave. Like, hey, we're going
But
to take
they
care of
had
the
to have
situation.
come back and got rid of.
Maybe they did.
I think in time. Look at that arm. Oh, there's fat and just dirt fat.
Oh, the animal team was from out of state, but that's because that's probably the one they used for the
They
TV
used for the show, right.
But not
But
Animal Control.
But the local ones have to be had to march in there and do
Well,
the right thing.
that's what I saw too. When the local ones showed up, the Hoarders crew went over and talked to them.
Right.
Now I'm sure they were like, "Hey, look, we're trying to fucking film
let
a
us
show here."
Let us film our show first,
and then come
do
back
what you really
with
have to
fucking
do
a
here.
SWAT team if you want to, and just like fucking blow the place up.
Because local
Who
animal
cares?
control isn't going to be coddling. They're going to be
No,
move the
no.
fuck out of our way. We have a job to do
Yeah.
right now.
You don't have a job to do.
Yeah, really?
My chicken.
Then they get the fucking sheriff, and the sheriff handcuffs her, puts her in the back of a car
Yeah.
as animal control does the right thing with all these.
I want to
animals.
rip that fucking fleshy bulb off of the bottom of her neck. Look at that thing. She's turning into a big fat chicken.
She's obviously a bipolar nut. Her family is damaged and destroyed by her. They should just leave her alone to die. That's all you do with people like that.
But
Stop
they're so-
trying to save them.
They're so fucked up that they're enabling her.
Of course they are.
You think her pussy smells?
Oh God, what that must be! Oh God,
What do you think it smells like?
she does the
Let's get into
Humpty
this.
Dumpty sit when she sits because that big lump of fat that goes between her legs, so she's got to sit like Humpty Dumpty.
You mean the gunt?
This guy's like, throw it out, throw it
Why are
out.
they cleaning this pig's house?
Because that's the show, Jimmy.
Oh.
They go to pigs' houses and try to clean it.
I bet you there's garbage in there. Think she has bugs?
I bet there's lots of bugs.
Probably a couple.
What a
Well, we'll discuss this further with Robin Zazio, and this should have been the season finale, but they went.
That
with,
should have been.
They went with the
rat
pet
guy,
rats.
Who you just felt bad for rat guy.
You weren't that impressed, right?
Nah.
Oh, by the way, I saw the other guys
Oh, you did.
because of you.
What'd you think?
I think.
Now, I wasn't saying great movie. I said there are definitely laughs in it.
The first 10 or 15 minutes with Samuel Jackson and The Rock.
The
was
Rock, very good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And Will Ferrell, I have to say it, he's really good in awful movies.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
saying this was an awful movie. There
Yeah.
were scenes that were hilarious.
Yeah.
But I don't even understand the big crime. And did you say it? They had to explain it during the credits?
Yeah, they were kind of explaining the crime later on. It was because it involved like stocks and things and
I liked it. At times I was laughing hard, but in general I was.
Yeah.
It didn't keep my interest. I was fading in and out.
You know what? I watched another dumb fucking mindless comedy called Sex Drive. Have you ever seen that?
Sex Drive, no.
It's a horrible premise. Like I never would have watched this. It's like, hey, a guy who's a virgin finds a girl on the internet and has to drive to go get laid by this girl, and it's like, oh, one of these movies,
Right.
And it was fucking funny.
How many years ago did that
I
come
don't
out?
know. It came out like a
couple years ago?
2008. Just mindless bad movies,
Right.
But
I mean, I like the other guys.
I mean, at one point, some guy's old guy's
Green.
sitting there. Seth Green is in it, but he plays a sarcastic Amish guy. That's it's.
I remember
fucking-
when this came out.
It's funny as fuck. The sarcastic Amish guy.
Is it on demand?
hysterical. Yeah.
All right, I'll try this one next.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mark Wahlberg is pretty funny.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg was funny in the other guys.
And
I like that Amanda Crew.
And
girl. Click on that Amanda Crew. Where is she from? I like that.
what is it? Sam, what are you whispering?
I like that shit.
Whispering. You have to click on Amanda Crew. What's up, Sam?
Yeah, click on it.
Well, Sam can tell you.
I'll click on it. I don't care.
Sex Drive?
I'll get her on my own
Yeah.
computer.
You know the guys from the movie who promoted the movie on this show.
Did they?
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Definitely, I think it's the guy Clark Duke.
Amanda
and,
Crew wasn't in, was she?
No.
Wait, the guy was actually in studio?
Yeah, Clark Duke. And
Wait.
This was back at K-Rock. I
That
remember.
guy came into the studio?
Clark Duke
and
came
Seth,
in?
and Seth Green both came in to promote this movie.
Really?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And were we laughing at what a piece of shit it was?
Seth Green came in to promote Sex
with
Drive.
with Clark Duke.
Get-
I cannot
I don't have
believe
a
it.
memory of this.
Yes,
was I out
they-
that day?
No,
Please tell me it was.
You were both here.
Do you remember Jim?
Vaguely.
Jim, you were here too.
Yeah, no, it was Seth and somebody else.
Wow. Clark Duke.
Clark Duke, who's kind of funny.
Yeah, he's also on the show Greek.
Oh, is that Seth Green's going to be on the show soon, promoting Green Hornet. Phone call, though, right? Little phone call from Seth.
Wait, Seth Green?
Really?
Oh, not Seth Green.
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, I'm sorry. Oh, wait, so, wait.
Seth Green.
The little short motherfucker.
With red hair.
Oh, so he's in the sex drive?
Yeah.
With Clark Duke.
I'm so confused now. Okay, Seth Green was in. Okay.
Was in with that other guy.
Promoting Sex Drive.
Clark Duke promoting Sex Drive.
And we have no recollection.
They were both. They sat on the couch at K-Rock across from you two.
Really?
For a half an hour.
God, we're the worst.
Yep.
I don't think we're losing our minds. I think it was just one of those forgettable moments.
They were both talking to you about the movie. You're asking them about, what's this movie all about?
Was that the time Seth had a problem because we brought up Without a Paddle?
No, I think he was. No, the time you brought up Without a Paddle, I think he was in by himself.
Okay. All right. Well, did you like the movie?
Well, I
liked it.
There were some funny moments. Pretty funny. And I got to say, Seth Green, as the sarcastic Amish guy, pretty fucking funny.
They would have been happy 2 years ago.
I know, 2 years ago. It's 2 years later. I'm like, motherfucker, I saw it and I was laughing.
Not only did you not see the movie before they came in, but you saw the movie 2.5 years later and forgot they even showed up.
They just wasted their morning.
Yeah, shit.
And I keep confusing Seth Green with Seth Rogen. I gotta admit that. I do that all the fucking time. Huh?
I like Seth Rogen.
Yeah, I like Seth Rogen.
You keep him.
Yeah.
I don't dislike
And
Seth Green.
Rogen will be calling our show for the Green Hornet.
He is in the Green Hornet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Clark Duke is not.
I will give my review on the Green Hornet in 2015.
All right. The other guys was all right though.
Yeah. I'm not.
I'm still looking. I'm still looking for that one comedy to come out where I'm going to laugh the entire fucking movie like the old days.
Yeah.
You get moments.
Yeah, you get moments these days.
Gulliver's Travels with Jack Black.
I can't wait.
God.
3D.
Yeah.
He's funny because he does that one eyebrow raise thing. He's like, "Whoa, this guy's
And he'll
pretty
put
cool."
on the face like, right?
He's a madman.
He's crazy.
He's a madman.
Oh, is he funny? Is he?
No.
Is he funny?
I don't like him because he's never had a courteous moment with me. So fuck him.
Oh,
and he's another guy that I don't want to say helped because that's kind of pompous, but we were there when no one really knew who he was, and then he got big and then started blowing us off, and then he would only come in to promote that band thing.
Tenacious D.
That was horse shit.
I didn't like them either.
Tenacious D was good at first, absolutely. Then it just went south quickly, and that was the only time he would only come in to promote that crap.
I hate his dumb, wacky face. I did radio with him 2 times here, and then I see him on the Leno show one time, and he's just like, I didn't say hi to him either, but I was like, what a cunt. Fuck you. Your wacky face. Belushi didn't overdose. You'd be fucking shoveling snow somewhere. Thank God Belushi and Candy and fucking Farley are dead. I don't hate him. I don't know why I'm being this way. I'm just tired.
TJ's in another movie?
I don't know. How does it keep
He's
getting
in
worse?
Gulliver's Travels now?
God.
How does it get worse? Where's the eyebrows going up?
TJ Miller.
There they are.
He's expressive.
TJ Miller became a friend of ours. He did Cloverfield. He was the camera guy in the movie, and he came in and he turned out to be a pretty cool guy. And he does stand up in New York City when he's not doing movie after movie after movie.
He's got a tiny part in every giant movie.
He was in Get Me to the Greek.
Yeah.
He was in help me out. He was in
he had his own
Yogi
movie.
Bear.
He had that movie
and then he's now going to be in Gulliver's Travel.
He played like
The
a
movie with
flight
the
attendant
nerd
or
in
something.
it.
I'm looking at
Look at Jack. he's tied down by
Tied
the
down
little
he's
people.
Gulliver. The Lilliputians.
What do you mean this Christmas? This movie was supposed to come out?
This
movie came out already?
It just came out.
It came out like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, where you been, Ope?
Jason Segel's in it. He's good. He's a friend of ours.
I like Jason.
Look at how
This is
fucking
great.
shitty that is. Is 3D?
Oh, yeah.
They're doing the 5th bump. He's fucking out of his mind. This
Look,
guy.
he's getting a haircut. They're using hedge clippers on his hair.
Can we
It's
listen
funny.
to the preview? Could you start over?
It's not fair. It's funnier in 3D.
Playing foosball with real people.
Yeah, start it over because I want to. I know this guy's funny. He's going to prove me right here. Here we go. The preview for Gulliver's Travels.
This is going to annoy me.
Oh yeah.
I'd rather watch Hannah.
Give me your press badge. No way, you're not my dad. Then I shall take it by force. Oh, he's my brother. Then you shouldn't have made out with him.
Pause that so you describe what was happening. He was taking something off the top of a computer monitor, improving.
That was improv?
Yeah, very funny improv.
Improv with Star Wars action figures.
Yeah, that's but then you know that the joke is there. Because in lieu of a laugh, which what happens after a joke when comics do it, you hear the drums play. That's always a good sign. Boy, that must be fun to write comedy. Can you rewind that? I want to hear the laugh drums. No, that's great.
Laugh drums.
That's what we're going to be bringing on the road with us. Just some fucking Ringo Starr to sit there and fucking bang out a fucking couple of shots.
Are you trying to say that post-production has to pump up some things to where the laugh should be?
No. I mean, there was big laughs with this, but the drums overrode them.
Oh, let's hear it.
Here's where the big laugh comes.
Boss. Oh, he's my brother. Then you shouldn't have made out with him. What do you hope to get out of being in the mailroom?
I hope to get out of being in the mailroom.
You're hired. How long have you had this crush on the travel editor? On Darcy? No way, dude.
How's your day going?
Really good. Just really, really good.
Have a good one.
You too.
Pause that.
Pause that.
Pause that.
Very
why?
funny because the pretty girl.
That's funny?
Yeah, dude, please.
Hilarious?
The girl got off the elevator, Jack. See,
A hot girl.
Hot girl.
I mean, kind of noticed that he's in the elevator with her.
But he made off. He behaved like all men do. When a woman gets off the elevator, who's pretty, who said hi, he was like, he waved his arms wildly, like, yes, like, that's how all guys are.
Yeah.
Rooting like, like we're doing a sketch about football in 1990. It's like a Snickers commercial. That's how real men act when a fucking chick says hi on the elevator.
But let's be honest.
Fuck her.
Let's be honest. It was pretty funny.
I didn't get to see it, but I'm waiting for the fucking. I'm waiting for the let's hear the instruments kick in, and I'll know if I should laugh.
It was physical comedy, Jimmy, at its best.
The laugh drums.
Yeah. That's what you should, instead of ha-ha.
Let's go.
There, it's crazy. Nothing.
Laugh drums.
She's back.
I forgot something.
Yeah, me too.
Oliver, you're not my boss anymore.
It's impossible. You just got here.
I'm your boss now. It's over for you. Never really gonna get any bigger than this.
You think I don't have plans? I got big plans. I got a writing sample I've been working on. It's dynamite.
I had no idea you wrote. I think I have the perfect fluff piece to start you off with.
Oh.
There's a guy who claims he has the secret to the Bermuda Triangle. So what do you say?
We'll see you in 3 weeks with a story that's gonna blow your mind.
Why did he spin around really quick?
Comedy.
Just follow that dot, and you'll find yourself in a triangle. Done.
Okay. Where's the clutch?
That's funny. He doesn't have to use it.
Comedy genre. That's in a big storm at sea. They're showing the whole movie, which is great.
That's the
showing the
perfect
whole
storm.
movie.
That was the
Yeah.
perfect storm.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
They got him. That was his eye-opening. There you go.
Oh, he was
He's
shipwrecked
tied down now.
by the little people.
The little Fusions have tied him down. This Christmas. Oh, they're wheeling him into some kind of city
He
hall.
ruined King Kong. Now he'll ruin this one, too.
I wanted a bracelet, not a great big hairy beast.
What? Pound it with your fist. Don't shave off my sideburns. I need those mutton chops.
What is that?
And now he's playing football with real people.
Running around like a wild man yelling gold. Did that make a lot of money? Can we see?
Oh my God.
Yeah, you could.
If it made more than $1.75, I hate this country.
There was not one funny
I was trying.
moment in that.
Stinks.
I was definitely trying.
What was the one he just did before he ran around? Like, wild guy. That's how guys are. We run around a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're idiots. Oh, there's a pretty girl. We don't know how to act.
All right, here come the numbers. Go ahead, Travis.
So it's made $34 million.
Nice.
in 3 weeks.
Nice.
But the budget was 112 million.
Oh no!
Oh, someone's going to take a little bit of a bath.
Yeah, it
Ah,
has
they'll
a
make
good
it back on the DVDs.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
might-
That's what I like to say.
On the
Yeah,
back
with
end.
3D. That's a terrible take.
It's number 12 after 3 weeks. That's not good.
That's pretty good.
No, it's
It
not.
could come back up though, right?
But probably not.
No, it won't.
What do you mean? That happens sometimes.
If every other movie goes away, then
I mean, if they stop putting movies in theaters completely,
yeah, like if
Then it
True
would-
Grit
Except for this one.
and the little Fockers and like Tron Legacy and stuff, Black Swan. If all that goes away, he'll move up a couple of notches.
well, Lil Fockers has brought in
Language.
little fuckers.
It's
we don't,
fuckers.
We don't
Yes,
play
fuckers.
their stupid game. I
It's
told
only
you that already.
it's only brought in about $90 million more than Gulliver's Travels.
which disgusts me
All right,
also.
so Gulliver's Travels is in almost 3,000 theaters, and The King's Speech is in 758, and it made $2 million more than
The
Gulliver's
King's
Travels.
Speech.
I heard that was good.
I heard
Oh, no, I
it,
saw
too.
Chris Russo was going to see it.
Who?
In his dumb overcoat.
And his fucking
The
slacks.
King's Speech.
Yeah, hey, I want to say this to Russo.
That looked so dull.
Stop fucking dressing like you're on a mission of intrigue. You're not on a mission of intrigue. You talk about balls going in hoops manically, and you fucking shake hands like that horrible Karnak magician. What was that dickhead Kreskin?
Kreskin.
He hurts your hand. Stop.
A mission. What is he on?
He thinks he's on a. He dresses like he's on a mission of intrigue. You're not Dark Man.
Mission of
You're just you're a creepy guy with great hair.
And he's got to pull his pants down a little bit.
He has hair like Chuck Scarborough. Right? I'm sick of him.
His pants are way too fucking high, too.
A mission of intrigue.
Yeah.
He pulls his pants up so high you see ball bag.
Really?
Yeah, he's one of those guys. Pull
Holy
him down a
shit,
little
that's
there,
funny.
Russo.
God damn.
I bet he hears music when he walks, like he's on a mission. Yeah, I'm going to see a mediocre movie.
You hear him coming all the time.
They have a sit in my office. She came in. What a set of games.
Can we try to
I
get him?
drank my whiskey. I'm Bond. James Bond. Mission of intrigue. I'm going to see a movie. Hi, Jim. Shake my hand. Ow.
He just always. I always feel like when he's talking to me, he always just wants to be away.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Always. He has polite banter on his way to anywhere else.
He's very manic.
But I think then he gets to that other place and he's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's not about you. He just doesn't know how to relax.
His hands bend a lot.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's nuts, because his hands bend out. They're so tense, they bend out. He can't even clap comfortably. They're stiff, awful hands.
We got to get him on the air, though, to talk football. We got some playoff games to talk about.
He does know a lot about football. I'm
Does
just
he?
tired of his overcoat.
I didn't see
His rain retardant overcoat.
It's the executive. 95, The King's Speech is getting on Rotten Tomatoes.
A lot of Oscar buzz around the King's Speech.
The Social Network's going to win everything. Let's relax, everybody.
No, True Grit's got some...
the Social Network. Let's make some bets right now.
Social Network. It's got a lot of competition. The King's Speech and True Grit.
And the King's Speech, what? He had a speech impediment. They had to teach him to talk properly, I guess.
That's right.
Is that what the fuck that's about?
Yes.
And all the girls like Colin Firth. He's in it.
You haven't seen this fucking...
I seen the trailer. I couldn't tell what the fuck was happening.
Get the preview. Oh, look at this. 21 positive reviews for Gulliver's Travels, and even the audience saying skip it, 40%.
So much worse.
So go to the trailer for the King's Speech. You got to hear how this dummy talks.
What's an actor?
What?
I've seen this trailer 10 times, and I just keep going, I never see this. Because I didn't know what it was about.
Thought Roland was coming in because he knows about movies.
Yeah.
He walked right by the studio at that time.
I'm busy.
Not busy.
Doing things.
DWC Films presents.
My husband is, he's required to speak publicly.
As soon as they start talking like that, I have no desire to see them.
I have
Big A.
Perhaps he should change jobs.
Big A's speech.
What if my husband were the king?
Oh, he's a king?
My
He's a
husband
king.
has seen everyone.
Insert them into your mouth. Enunciate. He hasn't seen me. I can cure your husband, but I need total trust.
I'm bailing.
I actually would like to see that 'cause it's true.
I'm bailing.
I could give a shit that this guy can't speak properly.
He stutters.
And I'm going to watch an entire movie of them fixing his speech
He's the
so he
king.
can speak.
He has to lead a country.
Roland?
What?
I saw it twice.
No, you didn't see it twice.
I did.
Why, you fell asleep the first time? What,
Yes.
what happened?
It was a really good movie, though.
No,
It was good.
it wasn't.
Colin Firth will win the Oscar, I think, for actor.
Why?
Here's how you fix his speech. A good fucking slap to the
Whack him
face.
in the head.
And know why he's going to win the Oscar? Because he's playing a dummy. They love when you play a dummy.
Like Robert Downey Jr. Not
Full
full
retard?
tard. Not full tard.
He didn't,
full
he
retard.
didn't, he didn't
No,
go
not
full
full
retard.
But Social Network will win the rest.
Thank
I haven't
you
seen
for
that.
Yeah, I had it here yesterday.
What did
so
you
give
think
it
of
to
True
Jimmy.
Grit?
I haven't seen that yet. I'm seeing it
Oh,
this
okay.
weekend.
Well, then you're tossing out a movie that has Oscar buzz.
Well, have you seen
about
King's
Gulliver's
Speech?
Travels?
No, I wouldn't see that. And what has that guy been in right there?
That's Jeffrey
Rush.
Rush, right?
Yeah.
Remember the
Oscar
the
winner,
piano-
right?
Yeah, that piano guy,
He's the piano guy.
or his big movie he won an Oscar for.
Who?
Jeffrey Rush.
what else was he in?
Jeffrey Rush was fucking Not a Beautiful Mind, but the other one.
He was in Jaws. Got it.
He won an Oscar for.
Hold on.
Well,
Jeffrey
he looks
Rush.
familiar.
Well,
like
you know
I've
the
seen him
guy.
in
As soon as you hear the
something,
movie, he fucking won an
He was
Oscar.
in Pirates of the Caribbean, but he won an Oscar for one of his first.
Oh,
I know.
Pirates of the Oh, he was the fucking.
No, but he won an Oscar
A
before
couple
that
years
shit.
before that. What's the first
Whatever.
word of it?
He was that guy.
Give me a word of it. I'm sorry, I'm so annoyed.
Shine.
Shine.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't
That was a
remember
pretty
that.
good movie.
Oh.
Hey, something about the Social Network while we have
Fucking
Roland
Shine.
here. For the people that saw the Social Network, you haven't seen the Social Network yet?
No, I haven't.
There's twins in this movie, right?
What?
And Roland tells me that it's one guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, how the fuck is that possible?
Did they CGI that shit?
They CGI the other actor into the other guy's face in the act.
Oh, really?
Both roles, yeah.
Why wouldn't they just get twins? Get the Olsen twins.
Because twins are hard to find good actors.
Yeah. What about the Olsen twins?
And the twins,
They're boys.
How the story
There we go.
goes, the twins invented Facebook technically, and that's what the whole movie's about.
The Von Winkle twins.
Because then the other
Thanks for the spoiler.
Then the other fucking guy said, no, I invented it, and then they had a huge fucking lawsuit, right?
Yeah.
That's what the movie's about.
It's
But
really good.
so I'm going, wow, they got twins to play this perfectly, and they're rowing. They become they rowed in the Olympics.
That's crazy.
But
they
in the
medal.
movie, they're rowing next to each other. And it's one guy.
And they medal too.
All right, that's Oscar worthy right there. But that's a technical Oscar. No one cares about those. Best actor, he's not going to get it. Playing two guys.
Oh no,
When was the
this-
last time that happened?
Although the main guy in the Social Network, you think he has a shot at the
Jesse
Oscar?
Eisenberg?
Two guys.
He
Two guys ever win?
No.
It's a thrilling double role ever win an Oscar?
About Multiplicity.
Multiplicity, did that ever
That
win
was
an
a
Oscar?
great
oh,
piece
God.
of shit.
Good Spock, bad Spock. Good Kirk, bad Kirk.
My mother described True Grit as a tour de force.
Oh, they're going to say it's being fucked on the beach.
That's good, Jimmy.
I feel bad I said that, though.
No, it's funny.
It was just a timing joke.
a
Not.
tour de force. Now, what does that mean?
I don't
Sam?
know, but I got a text from her that said, "Me and Dad just saw True Grit. Phenomenal. A tour de force."
That means it covered a lot. It was expansive. It was grandiose. Is that what she was saying?
It was just amazing on all ends. It hit the spectrum. I think she just reads movie reviews and uses words.
and uses like lines
Just
from movie
repeats them.
reviews. Tour de force, an exceptional achievement by an artist, author, or the like.
That's what she meant.
That's unlike to be equaled by that person or anyone else. Stroke of genius. All right. Herman Melvin's Moby Dick was a tour de force.
But the Coen brothers have done so much. I wouldn't describe this.
Well,
as a
they've
tour.
done some tour de forces before.
Yeah, they sure have.
They have so many tour de forces.
Tour de forces.
Hey,
They're a tour de force to be reckoned with.
let's start our Oscar talk real fast. Best movie, Roland.
I think they can give it to Social Network.
Best actor, Roland.
Colin Firth.
Best actress.
That's a tough one.
Why?
I'm not sure though.
What about the girl from True Grit?
Yeah.
She was good. The one that
little
played
girl.
the little kid?
Yeah, they're going to Jodie Foster. No, they'll probably give it to her.
What?
They'll give it to like certain people.
What?
Not her.
She did a good job.
So who else is in it?
There's another actress. I'm trying to remember her name.
What movie?
I'm not too sure for the actress one.
Best director. The Social Network.
David Fincher.
He was great. That movie looked terrific.
Because they won every award already. Won all the New York Critics Awards.
Yeah. And Trent Reznor does the music for The Social
Doesn't
Network.
mean shit.
Yeah.
It does.
No, I just said that.
It does. And then the Golden Globes, and then...
And then you lose at the Oscars.
No.
That always happens, yeah.
Well, last year it didn't.
Yeah, but rarely, though.
What was last year's big movie?
Avatar.
The Oscars. No.
Which won nothing.
No, Avatar didn't win.
In the end. Exactly. No one remembers.
What was the big movie last year?
What one movie?
Hurt Locker.
Hurt Locker, right?
Hurt Locker.
Very good.
Or
was the big one.
actually, Blake Lively might be nominated for her in the Town. She was really good.
Who?
Blake Lively in the Town.
Who?
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively. She was in The
Girl.
Prestige.
And Double G, Gossip Girl.
She was in The Prestige.
We don't talk about Gossip Girl on this show.
Why?
Oh.
We don't like that
The
shit.
Great Danton.
Why don't we take a break?
Oh, not her. Blake Lively. Let me see her. Oh, that's the different one. She played the fucking...
the hooker.
The hooker whore bitch.
Wait, who's that? Who's that?
Okay. I thought you meant the other one.
Holy shit.
That's the other girl.
Wow,
Us.
Did you give her an us? Wow. Old school. Kicking it old school.
All right, why don't we...
very good, Danny. You fucking know how to get pictures. Well,
yeah.
wait a minute.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at nipple placement's nice.
Very nice.
All right. Nothing wrong with the Blake Lively.
Now show us a bad one. Who's your go-to bad celebrity in a, in a swimsuit? Don't let me down.
Tara Reid.
Nope, don't let me down.
Precious.
Oh my God!
He
Yes.
nailed it. Keisha, baby. Let's see it.
Kesha,
Kesha, sorry. Keisha.
She is a frump.
I guess we could also.
She is a frump.
She's the worst.
Oh God, no.
Amy Winehouse.
Oh God,
She
no.
died, right?
No, I can't believe it, but she's still alive.
Really?
Still alive.
For some reason, some people still take pictures of her.
Look at that horrid ass on her.
She can be worse than Kesha. Oh my
Wow, does she have a terrible ass?
She has just a terrible everything.
You could tell people that you've had a threesome with Amy Winehouse and Kesha, and you would be like upset about it.
Yeah.
Amy Winehouse.
You tell people, it's not as good as you think it was.
No.
Amy Winehouse has the legs of a 10-year-old and the body of an 18-year-old.
Oh.
It's just so mismatched.
Oh.
What happened?
It was going to be a good one, I thought.
What happened? We got a break. Get some food in us and shit. Then we'll talk about
fucking. Oh God. Look at Amy Winehouse's body. It's a wreck. She is straight. She's got no curves at all.
Is there anything? Is there anything worse than small titties that sag?
Oh God.
Is that the worst?
Horrid.
When a girl has some
flapjacks,
when she's got some big melons, you'll allow a little sag, a little. If they're big,
a little bounce to them.
But if they're small and sagging, oof.
Oh God. Oof. Whatever. Horrid.
E-Rock, just get us the break. We're going. Oh yeah, Soundgarden. Opie and Anthony just got the latest issue of Maxim with Olivia Munn on the cover.
Yeah.
TV is sexy again, and boy, it sure is.
That's a hell of a picture.
That is a hell. I'm gonna fucking tweet this one.
She's wearing tiny.
You got to see these tiny panties she's wearing on the cover of Maxim.
And I could see right through that motherfucker. You could see where her
how do I do this? Fuck her head, right? All right.
Yeah, that would be fun too.
This is all we see when we look at women, anyway. The boobs. Like an asshole I am. Oh, people are gonna think. All right, hold on. All right. God damn, the light was right in the way of her pussy. How do I do this? It's too glossy, this fucking magazine. How do I fucking take a picture?
Turn your flash off and stand somewhere else.
No, I didn't have a flash. I swear to God, it's these fucking lights. Bear with me. Because you got to see this.
Just pump the bed up, Eric. We'll rock out for a while.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, right? That'll work.
Yeah.
I go to Opie Radio if you want to see Olivia Munn on the cover of Maxim magazine, and in these ridiculously tiny panties that it's barely covering the crease.
Yeah.
The clam.
The slit. That slit of love.
What's your favorite term for that? Clam? Tight clam?
I like slit.
Slit is fucking rude as shit.
It really just does boil it down to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah, the slit.
Yeah.
What is this? 2011 Aston Martin.
What?
V12 vintage. 179,000.
By the way, tomorrow's a snow day.
Pick one of those up.
And you missed last year's Opie and Anthony snow day.
Snow day.
Tomorrow's is a snow day, Rock. You got some festivities for everybody? Last year, you ran around in a pink bunny suit.
Oh.
I want this snow day tomorrow to be very special, something that we'll remember for a while.
That's cute.
Last year we did it. You couldn't make it in. It was a snow day. E-Rock ran around the floor screaming it was a snow day. We got in trouble for that because, God forbid, we try to have a little fucking fun around here. And then Jimmy did half the show in the pink...
the hoodie footy snuggle suit.
Yeah, yeah. So we're hoping for more activities for tomorrow's snow day. Tomorrow's a snow day, Jimmy. Remember last year's snow day?
Oh, we take it up tomorrow?
No, it means we come in and we fuck around and just be
I don't
stupid.
mind.
Remember you wore the pink thing last year?
Oh, right.
That was last year's snow day.
I wanted to bring my car to shitty BMW with their clothes today because I guess, we're going to get snow at midnight. They might as well shut it down.
Just shut down everything.
Fucking babies.
Is that why they shut down?
I don't know. There's no one there. I hope there's a fucking there's fucking AIDS in the air ducts.
And you didn't say there were beer awards in the latest issue of Maxim magazine.
Are there?
Ooh. Let's look at the beer awards. Or do you want to look at 10 ways to improve the Super Bowl?
I bet you there's some funny ones. Don't curse, though. They won't print it. They'll say they will, but they won't.
Not a fan of the Maxim, Jimmy.
They're fine, but when you write something...
How are they fine? You just fucking...
They're fine, but when you send something that you've written and the guy goes, no, we'll make these changes. We won't do it. And then he puts it in the way he wants and goes, oh, sorry, I sent the wrong copy. Did you really?
Really?
Holy
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Sent the wrong copy.
Yeah. Oh, no, I sent it the wrong one. Did you?
That's your words. So people think
I
you
told
said
them they wanted to change so many things I wrote in that Halloween article I did. I said,
remember that, yeah.
I said, pull the article. I told my publicist, this fucking, if it's a magazine that is geared towards men and they don't want certain language, that's fine. But pull the article.
Right.
Yeah, you don't
They're
want
not paying me. I don't need to audition for them. I've written 2 fucking books already.
Yeah.
Sorry, whenever I don't sleep, I'm fucking very cranky today because I flew, and I've been dealing with these faggots on Twitter. The Sarah Palin's rhetoric!
Yes.
Fucking babies.
It's no one wants to just take this guy at a kook value.
Because they're saying, like, the guns are bad. Okay, so if you're going to punish everybody because some piece of garbage picks up a gun and happens to pass the psych test, then I guess you better never let Muslims into the military because Major Hassan got in and then yelled Allahu Akbar as he fucking murdered his fellow soldiers that he was caring for. And that psychopath made it through the medical profession. Yeah. It happens.
It happens.
People get through. There are crazy cops. There are crazy military guys, crazy fucking firemen. There are crazy gun owners. It's like, it is what it is.
People are crazy everywhere.
And
that's why when the media says warning signs missed, we all know someone's crazy that could at any moment do something insane. Yeah. What are we supposed to do? Well, you call the authorities on someone because you think they're completely nuts and capable of doing something, they're going to hang up on you.
They're not going to do anything until something happens.
The warning signs are always missed.
By the way, the media...
They have to be.
The way they keep showing him, and this is why the media this is why I never feel bad making a joke about something horrible. Because I'm capitalizing. These fucking scumbags are printing things. Face of evil. Let me tell you something, man. If I wanted attention that bad, that's what I would want written. So all these little faggots are doing is showing worms like this guy that you will look powerful and feared if you murder people.
You're famous.
And because of what the media is doing, there will be a copycat. Yeah. There's already one that was threatening somebody in Colorado went.
There are over the years, always copycats.
Yeah, but this one
is like this happens.
You're making him into kind of a rock star and doing, like Jimmy said, exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
So then there's other fucking whack jobs out there going, oh, okay.
Why did he do it?
This is my path, and I get a nice news cycle out of it. I'm telling you, there's going to be more of this shit.
And they print his rhetoric. I mean, people call it rhetoric. That's the problem. His fucking rantings, they print them. Oh, the madman. He's a broken worm of a fuck. He should be just talked about like the garbage he is, and what he writes is shit.
It was shit. I couldn't even understand what the fuck this idiot was saying.
He's an insect, and he should be talked about like he's an insect.
Yeah.
Not like he's the face of evil.
Oh.
That's not the face of evil.
And what we got to do, of course, is knee jerk and just restrict speech and the Second Amendment and everything else, because I can't tell you how many times I've read on Twitter that everyone that owns a gun is complicit in this. It's like what, really? Like, because now the Second Amendment issue comes up because this guy apparently bought legally a gun in Arizona, which there are no restrictions there. You could just go in and buy one. I mean, and for the most part, for the amount of people that do buy guns in Arizona and own guns in Arizona, there's not much of a problem. But you're going to get a kook, just like you get a kook in a car that'll drive into a crowd of people. It's like, and by the way, cars kill at least 4 times the amount of people that guns kill every year. Yet, how come we don't make the tests for driving more stringent? How come we don't put more regulations on driving? It's easy to get a license. How come there isn't a psych evaluation for driving, which isn't a right, by the way? It's a privilege. It's not a constitutional right.
And you could drive
like
from
gun
state
ownership.
to state without getting a new license every time you go through
You don't have to get a new one every state. And you could take out so many people with a car at one time. So why isn't there a big hoopla about automobiles and how dangerous they are and how they should be regulated more? But guns, for some reason, become the bad guy in this. When a lunatic does something like this, they want to people are so willing to just give up one of their rights. They picked it as number 2 over speech. They went, well, let's write this out. Freedom of speech, number 1. Now, how do we protect the freedom of speech? With number 2, an armed public.
What bothers me is this obsession we have in this country with blaming, especially when it's speech. Like, I don't want to hear about Sarah Palin and I don't want to. No. This guy was a left-wing nut. People who knew him said that's what he was, and they're somehow blaming conservative talk show. It's like, I have never blamed anybody. So I don't want to hear, you understand? Like, I don't blame I take responsibility for myself.
Right.
And if you don't, well, there's people who, well, you know what? Then those people should be dealt with harshly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to curtail what I want to say. I'm not, and no one should. As long as you're not encouraging someone to yell fire in a movie theater or inciting them to riot or doing the things that there are the provisions in free speech that does not protect.
Right.
Sick of this fucking country, man. Bunch of babies always looking to blame somebody else because that's what they want when they fuck up is something else to blame.
Right. Isn't it pathetic to watch on the news and to listen to and to read on Twitters? It's pathetic how fucking pussy this country is.
Because they don't just blame this guy. What he is, he's a fucking lone psychopath piece of garbage.
And no system is perfect.
No.
So you're going to get a crazy person that does shit like this. Here's the fucked up thing about freedom. People love saying, America, it's great, we're free, it's freedom. We have all these freedoms. The Constitution has given us freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom does not guarantee you safety. But as a matter of fact, the more freedoms you give individuals, the less safe you're going to be. But that's part of how this works. When you give people individual freedoms to be your own person, to make things, to make something of yourself, to have free speech, to have the right to bear arms, to have the right to vote, whatever right you're giving people, you're making it a little more dangerous because of everybody having these freedoms. But that's the price you pay for fucking freedom.
Well, the argument has been made. People are like, well, All right, March 5th, you're going to be at the Wellmont Theater.
Right.
Why do tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m.?
At 10 a.m.
And I'm like, that's not a speech issue. That's just when they set it up. That's not rhetoric.
Exactly. That's not rhetoric.
I don't care about my dumb... What am I going to say in the fucking Wellmont in Montclair, March 5th? Who gives a turkey? Fuck this Friday at 10 a.m. It's about individuality.
And it's no one's fault either. No one's to blame but you for being there.
And my shitty agent. And the dumb venue for booking me. Gonna have 80 people.
Let's go to the phones. This
Can I have
guy,
some water, Kenny?
Yeah,
I got my ice.
Chris on Long Island. Go ahead, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Good morning, ladies. Hey, Jimmy, I agree with you. You can put some blame on the media, but more of the blame falls on us because let's just say Newsday doesn't run a feature on this friggin' maniac, but the Post does. How many idiots out here are going to pick up the Post instead of Newsday because they want to know about this clown?
Let me say, maybe I probably didn't say it right. I don't mean that they shouldn't cover it because it is news. What I mean is, and I don't even blame them saying if they glorify it, they make other people do it. But what I'm saying is it's the phrasing of it, like mad eyes of a killer. It's like they're empowering this little scumbag, and they shouldn't be. But I'm not saying that they shouldn't cover it.
Okay, all right.
Of course they have to cover it. It's real news.
It is the way they do it.
Anthony, I'm going to, I'm not a big fan of Mrs. Palin, but I even said to my, hard right-leaning father months back that these crosshairs was a bad idea, that someone's going to get hurt. Now, I'm not saying this guy did it because of what he saw on her website.
Right.
But there are fucking maniacs out there that see shit like that, hear the words reload, and run with it.
But you're right. Hold on.
Wait, let me just finish my thought here.
Okay, buddy.
Because when, I don't want to blame Sarah Palin for it, but there were certain words that we use that influence people. Just like the Fort Hood killer was influenced by the words of their mom.
But wait, hold on. Let me ask you one thing, just to jump in with the Sarah Palin thing, because this guy had been stalking this woman for 3 years. And if we're talking about phraseology, everybody knows the context in which that type of political message is meant, because if that's the case, if we're that fucked up that we don't know that the crosshairs don't really mean shoot somebody, then we better never again say the Jets killed the Colts or, oh man, I hope the Cowboys murder the Giants.
Right.
Boy, we better remove all of that from our language.
Jimmy, you're talking to a group of rational people who see that bullseye. No, it doesn't mean that a loyal citizen should go out and fucking shoot a congressman.
Yeah, so I understand.
Outside that will. I'm not saying get rid of it.
So what we have to do is base our whole world on catering to lunatics.
No,
so we can't express ourselves. Then what's the problem?
Take a modicum of responsibility for what you for the words.
Responsibility for what? A lunatic doing something based on something that's completely crazy?
Okay, so then why would most people on the right blame the Fort Hood shooter on the words of an imam?
Because I'll tell you why. Because the guy, hold on, I'll explain. Dude, I'll explain why.
Not that abstract.
A, he is a loose cannon. B, they didn't just blame it on him because he shot. He was yelling Allahu Akbar as he shot. That's like if this guy was yelling Sarah Palin's target while he shot, then you'd have a point. But this guy, hold on, dude, Major Hassan had communications with this guy. This guy did not have communication with Sarah Palin. If you can't see the difference between a guy who had been quoted talking about jihad and talking about how he believed in a lot of these causes and then murdering people with a guy like this, then I don't know what to tell you. You know the difference. You're just trying to make an argument.
I do know the difference. My question is, why does Sarah Palin have to use words like reload and put crosshairs on congressional districts? Why did she do that?
Why? I don't know. But again, if you look through, hold on, I don't know why, but if you look through liberal or Democratic candidates, I'm sure they've all used terminology that they think is harsh
and graphic
and hard hitting.
But not to the extent as it's been for the last few years. And you got to admit that.
No, I don't.
You haven't seen the Democratic map with the fucking targets, the bullseyes on it?
No, I honestly have not.
Oh, you didn't? Well, it's readily available if you just fucking Google it. Google Democratic target map, and you'll see
the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. There it is.
Yeah, I didn't know
they use that. How about Obama saying bringing a knife to a gunfight?
Is that a phrase we've been using for 40, 50 years?
What?
You don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, exactly. But oh my God, someone might hear that.
Oh my God.
Some lunatic might hear that, and Obama is inspiring somebody to bring a gun to a fight because he was talking about something political. This is what you're saying. You're making this out that we as rational human beings have to curtail our speech and our actions just to protect ourselves against lunatics. It ain't gonna happen, and it's not the way it should happen.
All right, so what you're saying is we should be allowed to talk the way we want.
Yes.
Wait a second. By as many fucking extended clips as are legal now.
I didn't say that.
An innocent 9-year-old girl gets capped in the head. Or an abortion doctor who Glenn Beck fucking vilifies on the TV is killed.
By the way, I can't buy an extended magazine. They're illegal in New York.
In New York. And
Yeah.
thank God, because you know what?
There are regulations, all different regulations all over the states. What the fuck is anyone supposed to do about it? That's how this country runs with the Second Amendment. Let's put different regulations and different laws over one fucking constitutional amendment and fuck everything up. How about this? And I brought this up. Hold on. How about the fact that Chicago, it's illegal to own a gun. Illegal. That is probably the strictest gun control you could ever have. You can't own a gun. Yet they have the highest gun violence in the country. How does that now show me that gun control works?
Look at England. They don't have guns.
And they have a huge fucking gun problem in England. Huge.
They do?
Yes.
Like this.
I didn't know.
Huge gun problem.
Why don't you just admit, dude? Why don't you just admit?
Why is Chicago
politicizing?
running rampant with gun violence when you're not allowed? The law says you can't have a gun. How much more regulation can you put on? You already aren't allowed to have it.
So where are they getting guns? From outside Chicago?
Illegally! Motherfucker, illegally! So you can't legislate against legal gun ownership and you can't legislate against law-abiding citizens and make that help the problem with criminals and lunatics that are going to get their hands on guns anyway. Or cars, or rocks, or knives, or bow and arrows, or whatever the fuck else they're going to use.
No matter what in New York State, Danny.
Do you know what's funny? This was interesting. This guy is a left-wing extremist, and you're blaming conservative ideologies or talk shows. And the odd thing was, when Timothy McVeigh did what he did, he was a terrorist. Nobody blamed the supermarket for selling him the fertilizer or the other things. Everybody put the onus on where it was. That guy was a psychopath, and he was a piece of shit, and he was an extremist. It was his doing. This guy's a lunatic. Stop blaming everybody for people's behavior. Take responsibility for yours. I'll take responsibility for mine. And if there are people who are psychopaths and misuse the language, then they should be dealt with harshly and unforgivingly.
Mm-hmm. So then why can't somebody take responsibility for their speech as well?
Dude, we do have... Hold on. We do. Freedom of speech does not cover inciting people to riot. It does not cover yelling fire in a movie theater. It does not cover, I think, things like defamation. There are things... But people, how about this? Should Ozzy Osbourne take responsibility for songs because people committed suicide, or Judas Priest? People misinterpreting the message that somebody is trying to convey is not the responsibility of the person speaking openly and honestly.
Okay. Well, Anthony, let me ask you this question. What does somebody mean by taking a Second Amendment remedies if they don't win their election? What does that mean?
What? Taking a Second Amendment remedy?
Remedies when they couldn't win an election. If we don't win by the ballot, we'll take our Second Amendment remedy.
I have no idea. Who said that?
That's some crazy, goofy bitch down south.
Oh, okay. I don't agree with that. What am I supposed to fucking? All right.
No. Okay, but what do you think she meant by that?
I have no idea. It sounds.
You don't even know her name, dude.
You
don't even know her name.
I have no idea what that means, what context it's in. It sounds menacing, but I don't fucking know.
Okay, sounds menacing. So now if somebody in her district took a Second Amendment solution to the person who won the election, would she not have any kind of blood on her hands for her speech?
Maybe that means campaigning for Second Amendment rights. I don't know.
How do you know what she meant?
what
You don't know her
the fuck it
name.
means.
You don't know her name.
I don't know what it means.
All right, Chris.
Just a liberal blaming everybody.
Chris,
God
thank you.
damn it, Chris.
I got to move on because we got a lot of people
Come
that
on,
want in.
stop.
Rich in Queens. Rich, you're on the Opie and Anthony show.
Hey, boys, how you doing?
Hello.
I'll make this quick. First of all, the Obama quote that you're saying, the knife and gun thing, it's worse than what you're saying it is. And he said, if they bring a knife, we're going to bring a gun.
Yeah, right.
Implies violence.
Yeah.
Okay, my point is, I was arguing with a friend of mine who's a big way lefty, who within minutes of this happening was blaming the Tea Party, blaming Palin, saying this is what happened, thinking he was a right-winger. When it came out later in the day that it was a left-winger, he's like, well, it's still the right-wing's fault because they ramped up the rhetoric. And, well, what's the left supposed to do? So apparently the right has mind control powers now.
Mind control.
Mind control.
I think it was hard.
It's always Palin. It's always the right. Even when it's the left doing something, well, the right made us do it.
It's amazing.
I do not like Sarah Palin. I like I said, she's kryptonite for the Republican Party. The next presidential election in 2 years, I hope she stays the fuck away. I don't like her at all. But to blame her, to just bring her name up at all in this situation is the dumbest fucking thing.
It is really, and it's only because they're blaming. If they were blaming left wing and right wing talk hosts or whatever, I would go, you know what? This is just America. But this is just liberals being sniveling babies. And I'm saying this only because I've only heard them mention conservative people.
Yeah.
That's not me defending conservative ideology. That's a left-wing guy who people know him, say he was a left-wing pothead, murders a Democrat, and people are blaming Rush and Palin? It's fucking mind-boggling. I would never blame a liberal blogger or Rachel Maddow or Keith Olbermann if some left-wing nut went out and murdered a conservative. I would never blame Olbermann, who I hate. I would never blame Rachel Maddow or any other liberal. Never.
No, you blame the lunatic.
I would never occur to me to blame them.
Does this?
Let's go to Jason in Staten Island. Jason.
Hey, good morning, boys.
Morning.
I got some breaking news on CNN. The FBI stopped a plot to shoot up Borgata this Saturday and Sunday, Jimmy.
Oh, God, thank God, because the Late Show's almost sold out. And it will be by Wednesday, they say. Good plug, sir. Let's work on Montclair. Go ahead.
Anthony, I am a strict independent. I do believe that people should have the right to own guns with, some gun control. You can't put the guns in the hands of the kooks out there. I will
that's
say
racist.
This, though. You said that cars kill 4 times more people than guns do every year.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you agree that a lot more people own a car than they do a gun? And on top of that, that people don't own cars strictly for the purpose of hurting other people.
Well, I don't.
Where guns, you do own a gun. If a gun is being used to kill somebody, it was purposely being used to kill somebody. If a car is used to kill somebody, it's not being purposely used.
But they have been. That's for sure. Cars have been used to kill people on purpose. And when somebody starts driving down the wrong side of the street on a highway and creams a fucking car head on and kills people, that's just as dangerous as somebody picking up a gun that's loaded and waving it around. It's the same fucking thing.
Stupidity, not purposeful.
No, it's stupidity on both people's parts, on the gun, irresponsible gun owner or irresponsible driver. What I'm saying is, everyone's looking to put more restriction on gun ownership for people that are responsible gun owners. Why not put more restrictions on driving and make it harder for people to get a driver's license? Because that seems to be a problem in this country, if you ask me.
I've got no problem with that also. But like I said, what about the fact that a lot more people own cars, so there will be more incidents of people getting killed?
I don't care about the numbers and why. I'm just talking about the basic. You get 44,000 people getting killed in car wrecks in a year. Then there's a problem. Apparently, there's irresponsible people that are being given driver's license. Maybe they're insane. Maybe they're homicidal. Maybe they're suicidal. Why don't we go through these screening? Why don't we screen these people Why don't we screen these people so we have more responsible drivers on the road, less deaths?
The majority of those deaths are accidents.
Oh, so and the majority of gun owners. Wait. The majority of gun owners are responsible and never kill anybody.
Absolutely. I'm not saying that you take guns away from people. I'm saying that
you're not. You're not. And the second somebody says they're not trying to take your guns, what they're doing is starting at A, and Z is taking your guns. A is restricting ammunition, magazines, put some more restrictions on who's to get them, who's not to get them, and then they don't stop. The lobbies don't stop. They will keep going and going until there is a gun-free United States of America and the Second Amendment's repealed. So never try to tell me, you or the other people that tweet me all the time, that no one's coming for your guns because they're at step A, B, or C.
I'm not saying that there's a good faction of the left that does want to come for your guns, but there are people like me who want to see a median. I mean, we want to see some kind of gray area in between where I'm not saying take away guns from
There is a gray area. How about this?
To keep a gun out of that kid's hand.
How about this? Come into New York City with a gun and show it to a cop. Could you do that for me? Because you'll go to jail for 2 fucking years. How's that for gun control? That to me, does that seem a little excessive? Or is that good for you?
No, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that, again, responsible gun owners should be able to carry.
Yeah, well, try to exercise your Second Amendment right in many cities around this country, and you know what? You'll end up in jail.
I totally agree with you. What I'm saying is that they still need to be done things to keep it out of the hands of a kid like that.
Well, you know what? Here's what I'm saying. I understand that part of it. I am not into lunatics owning firearms. Believe me. If there's a way to screen that out, we should do it. I agree with that. What I'm saying is we live in a free nation where we have rights. And one of these rights is to bear arms. And unfortunately, when you're given rights and freedoms, it sometimes people are going to get a hold of things that can hurt other people. Whether it's a gun or a car or fucking a rock, it's going to happen. There's no perfect system in place for anything.
This is one thing I noticed, too. It's like, it seems like when people say somebody says something inflammatory and there's a problem, or somebody does something like this, how come when somebody abuses a right or is proven or is a psycho, we want to take the right away from other people? Like,
that didn't do anything wrong.
What did that? I don't know why that instinct is in Americans.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I'm not looking to do that.
I'm not saying you are, dude. I'm saying, like when Ima said,
I gotta pull up a home because I gotta let my stuff beat the crap out of me for a few hours. All right,
take care. Like when Ima said what he said, the reaction was everybody overreacted. Or when Michael Richards yelled "nigger" in the Laugh Factory, that is what pushed the N-word to be banned. Like one guy does something stupid, and the whole country, we're a bunch of sheep.
Yeah.
We hear a thought, and we just follow. Like,
knee-jerk reaction.
What a bunch of fucking dummies we are.
To just hit a fucking birthday candle with a fire hose.
What a bunch of followers.
We love doing. Yeah.
I mean, literally, all I'm saying, people are going, you're the Fox News of comedians. All I'm saying is I take responsibility for my own shit, and I expect you to do the same.
Who said that?
Just some dummy on Twitter. I would never vote for Sarah Palin.
I'm the News 12 of radio personality.
Jesus.
You're the Walter Cronkite.
Let's say hi to JJ in Pennsylvania. JJ.
Hey, how's it going?
Dynamite! Quick, paint skinny people dancing in loose hats. Cello! Sorry, that was my JJ. Cello!
I'm sorry, what do you have to say, JJ?
Somebody got shot. All right, go ahead.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, like I said, it's AJ in PA, but they got it wrong in screeners. No big deal. I was watching Hannity the other night, and he had a guy on that actually subdued this cockroach that shot all these people in Arizona. And he was actually carrying a gun with him. He was inside the store when he heard the shots.
Yeah.
And he came out with his gun, prepared to use it. Hannity asked him point blank, or I believe it was Hannity, how come you didn't just shoot the scumbag in the head right there on the spot? And the guy said, it wasn't my place.
Yeah, because he was already being subdued at that point, and it wouldn't have been kosher to blow his head off at that point. Although I don't think anybody would have argued, or I don't even think this guy would have.
Oh, somebody would have, because then the left would defend him, going, "Well, he was a troubled young man."
More importantly,
what Sean had said was how come the guy didn't rip his arm out of his socket because the guy was complaining, "Ow, you're hurting my arm." This guy, I guess, was holding his feet, but he was...
Ow, you're hurting my arm. How do you say that after you shoot people?
A 9-year-old.
Because he's crazy.
This guy should have just been killed on the spot. Everyone saw him do it. They should have held him there, and somebody should have backed a car over his skull.
Yeah. Oops.
Like he has nothing to contribute.
No, never will.
Thank you, JJ.
Burden.
More importantly, Kingston Pete. I like Kingston Pete from Canada. I love how Anthony took his Second Amendment right speech right to the top last night on Twitter and took on Elaine Boozler. I want to know about that.
Elaine Boozler's a douche cunt. Fuck her.
Wasn't she the
Tell us how you really feel.
Oh, Chip.
Wasn't she the inspiration for Elaine on Seinfeld, that Elaine Boozler?
Was she, though? I don't know. I thought it was somebody else.
So you took on Elaine Boozler last night? I need details.
I just commented on one of her stupid...
what did she have to say about this whole issue?
One of her stupid tweets. Well, of course, she's blaming guns. Everybody blames the actual machine. Somebody said it's like blaming a hammer for building a house. It's not, it's a tool like anything else. And it's who's using it that gets the result, the final result. But she's trying to come up with these clever quips about guns and like one of them was
I got it. Okay.
Oh,
I want to read through your tweets last night.
Yeah.
So you retweeted Elaine Boozler saying NRA isn't about rights, it's about money. Okay.
Yeah, she's right.
Yeah.
And then you wrote, is that what you wrote there?
All right. Okay. How about we take away your First Amendment, you slob.
And then
I had to call her a slob.
Of course. And then she had this tweet that you retweeted: the right to be an arms bearer guarantees the right to be a pallbearer.
That's pretty clever.
And I said, let me quote Boy Gary, you unfunny piece of shit.
Well, you're going right for the old throw-to-row, aren't you?
That was from
you got to linger longer on that.
The famous years ago when Gary Delabate took on Elaine Boozler and her husband when Howard was doing a broadcast. It was hysterical. Just called her an unfunny piece of shit.
And then what I like
is stuck for years.
And then what I like about your Twitter, I see the picture, but go back to the actual tweet. Ant decides to take a slight break on the whole issue. And he tweets, okay, has anyone else noticed that this old bag has great big tits?
Yeah, she's from this financial freedom commercial about reverse mortgages, and she's wearing a red turtleneck sweater. She's an old bag, and she's got giant tits in a red sweater.
What a droop. She looks like Cloris Leachman if she had a stroke.
Yes, her face is all saggy.
What a droopy dog.
But her tits are giant.
They couldn't be hers. Maybe they put her old lady head on some fucking Annette Funicello picture from the 60s. Some big, have some Skippy peanut butter, you cunt. Isn't that what she ate? Or is it Jif?
God damn.
There's two things you don't see when you walk around New York City. You don't see really old, tall guys, and you don't see old women with big tits.
It's true.
Think about it next time you're walking around. What's that about?
That got me.
So if you're really tall, you die young, and if you have really big tits, I think you die young. That's my conclusion today. Did you get back to the issue after that? Yes, you did.
I did for a little bit, and then I went off on another tangent.
Then you go with retweeting Elaine Boozler, I guess. I don't need to have a gun.
Oh, this is somebody. Yeah, somebody.
It gets confusing when there's a couple retweets in one tweet.
I know. I think this is this guy Greg or whatever it is. He said, "I don't need to have a gun. Weak pussies carry guns." And I said, "So Greg, if your girl is being raped, do you want a gun now?" And then somebody got on me like, "Oh, Anthony, all you bring up are the most extreme circumstances." It's like, yeah. That's when you would need to protect yourself.
That is kind of when you want the gun. That's a healthy thing Anthony's doing. Anthony would be wrong if he was bringing it up like, what if someone changes the channel when you're watching something?
Well, that too.
That's a terrible example. The
Yeah.
rape's a good example.
Rape is a good example. And I was watching a program, I Survived, the other day, and it's a couple in
About
Mexico.
Gloria Gaynor? Oh.
Full show on that dumb one-hit wonder.
A couple in
How
Mexico
awful would that be?
driving a motorhome and got kidnapped for a little while.
Oh, their whole house got taken.
Yeah, their
How
whole
humiliating.
house. And two Mexican desperados.
Of
got 'em.
course.
Of course. Held a gun to the guy's head. They were inside their motorhome. If the guy had a weapon, they never would have gotten in the motorhome. But the bad guys had a weapon. They got in the motorhome. And the guy had to sit there on his knees while his wife was on her knees sucking the guy's dick. Giving him oral sex while the guy watched and was powerless to do anything because he had a
jerk
gun
off.
to the back of his head.
So did she have to blow both of them?
One of the guys. And then the other guy came over and pulled her pants down and fucked her in the ass.
Oops.
And this guy had to watch this whole fucking thing happen. And
But he hired those guys.
he was cuckold. Cuckold by force.
Cuckboy Chet.
Guaranteed that guy was wishing he had some type of weapon on him.
What happened? Did the guy shoot them or no?
No, they ransacked their shit in the motorhome, walked off, and they drove away.
Was she hot?
She might have been in her day. This was going back a few years, and they're telling the story now. Oh, there's so many fucking rape, pillage, robbery stories. And then someone goes, how come you never hear about people pulling out a gun and making things okay when something bad happens? And I sent a link to Armed Citizen. Go to armedcitizen.com. It's nothing but a shitload of fucking stories of people that have thwarted crime by using legally owned firearms responsibly.
Never covered, though.
Never covered.
When are you
Never.
going to make that site?
Well, I am a very responsible gun owner, so I hope I would never make that site, Opie. But I'll tell you one thing. I am prepared to defend myself and my loved ones from harm from anybody.
I know what site you'll make, The Advocate.
The Advocate.
Jennifer Hudson is so goddamn hot in this Weight Watchers ad.
Digging her? Yeah.
Holy shit.
Probably look like a bat.
And I'm not a fan of that type of music, but that fucking voice is ridiculous.
You digging that brown sugar?
She's probably too depressed to eat.
Are you digging that brown sugar, Jimmy? I know Ant doesn't go there.
I don't care about her.
Let me go to a guy in Arizona, a little close to the situation. Jonathan in Arizona. Hey, is the funeral going on for the 9-year-old today with the Westboro Church involved?
Oh, those motherfuckers!
Yeah, they're going to be protesting at the funeral of a 9-year-old.
Yeah,
the 9-year-olds or the?
I heard 9-year-old.
The 9-year-old that was killed, yeah.
If someone has more info on that, please.
Where's Jared Laughlin when you need him?
I don't want to.
They'll give him a 10-minute furlough. We have a little more work for you to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to be misinformed. If someone has more on that, please let me know. Let's go to Jonathan, Arizona. Go, Jonathan.
Very inflammatory speech there, Jimmy, by the way.
Hello?
Jonathan, come
You're
on.
on the air. Jonathan?
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is actually Jonathan in Indiana.
Yeah, whatever. Go
Whatever.
ahead.
No one's going to give a shit by the end of your call.
The beginning.
You know,
True.
this is the problem with all this homegrown terrorism right now. Every time something happens, the dialogue turns to let's shred the Constitution.
Yeah.
And common sense tells us that the Constitution's there for a reason. It's a manual. And all we want to do is tweak it. And every time we do that, these guys win. We're letting them get their point across, scare the hell out of us, and then change the Constitution.
Yeah, people are so willing to just have their rights ripped away from them. They're asking for it. They're begging, please, please, rip my rights away, and please, government, save me and protect me. You know what? Unfortunately, they don't have a cop stationed at everybody's house, and they don't have an escort, an armed escort that can walk you around everywhere. So sometimes you got to take your own protection into your own hands. And there are bad people out there.
I live in a rural area. Everybody out here, we self-police. You know, no one's going to rob a house in the middle of nowhere because they know that person's smart enough. If he's living out there, he's damn willing to protect himself.
Yeah.
And, you know, this guy, the best thing that could happen to this guy down there
a speedy trial. I don't mean let's drag it out for a month. I want to see the death penalty levied on this guy within 30 days.
That'll never happen.
Stop.
You're
a crazy person.
It'll never happen.
It never happens. No.
There's too much political capital to gain.
They're already posturing with the lawyer that fucking defended
Timothy
Ted
McVeigh.
Kaczynski.
Oh, he's obviously very good.
Yeah.
Jesus, what's his record? 0-60. Who else did he have? The fucking Hillside Strangler.
Timothy McVeigh.
Fucking Oswald.
Timothy McVeigh
and the Unabomber.
And the Unabomber.
That's
So
what this
yeah,
guy
that's
defended
good.
in the past.
This guy's good. Richard Ramirez was his. Bundy. I got Bundy death. Casey too. Wow, this guy's terrific. The Menendez present for both mine. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, but it looks to me like it's going to be one of these, long, drawn-out fucking things where
10 years from now,
lawyers
he's just going to try to keep the guy
battle.
out of death penalty. He's going to try to paint him as crazy.
Now, can I throw something else out there? We all saw the mugshot, and he's he gets the smile and smirk.
Yeah.
Is there a way that they could say fucking take that smirk off your face?
There is a way, but then they'll take the picture and say, "Why is his mouth smashed in?"
Well, how about just sit there and just wait?
I don't know. I think maybe sometimes they
Is there
take these
protocol?
shots and think it's worse for the guy to see him like that.
Really?
Yeah, because you look and go, oh, that infuriates.
How's that worse?
It infuriates people more.
Yeah, but they don't care. That's what he wants.
Well, he doesn't.
Going back to Jimmy's point.
No, he wants fame. He doesn't want to be hated.
But here it is. If you're taking that mugshot, wouldn't you be like, good, he's smiling. People will hate this. And then you take the picture, and it makes people hate him even more.
I hope somebody kills him in jail. That'd be nice.
Maybe. Yeah. Give him the old fucking big pipe over the head. Shank him.
But I think in that moment, because again, everyone saw him do it, there's no doubt they all watched him do it.
Yeah.
They should just back the car over his head.
Yep. Oops. Sorry, I was leaving the parking lot.
Unfortunately, that's never the case, though.
It's like Richard, who's the guy that tried to blow up his shoes? Like whenever they have the shoe bomber or the underwear bomber, those guys both should have been slaughtered on the plane for that. They never should have made it off the plane alive.
Right. But they did.
Yeah, but they did. Because it was a guarantee you knew who was doing what.
Everyone jumped on them doing it. They both should have been killed on the plane.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a break.
Absolutely.
More importantly, we got a Japanese woman explaining the Titanic. I mean,
got to hear that.
You got to hear this after the break. Wow. I want to talk to Canada for a second, Anthony, if you don't mind.
Canada?
Happy
Why?
birthday
Go
to
ahead.
Don Cherry.
Don Cherry?
Do you know who Don Cherry is, Anthony?
No.
He's an institution in Canada.
Is he?
And he's 87 years old. Which
He's
just
institutionalized?
He probably should be. He's a big announcer up there, big hockey announcer.
Yeah.
Travis, what does he do? The big fucking hockey night thing, right? Travis ain't around. Okay, I just realized that. But he's 87 years old today, and he's still fucking doing it. Big
87 years young.
Yeah,
That's
in this
great.
case, you would have to say young, because you would never guess that he's 87 years old.
Yeah, wow.
So there you go, Canada. I'm acknowledging you today. Now go away.
Well, now I'll acknowledge a great American hero. Major Dick Winters passed on. Yes.
I know this one.
Major Dick Winters from Easy Company. Band of Brothers.
Right.
It was like the big guy.
The inspiration?
The head muckety muck.
Yeah.
The big cheese.
Yeah, the big kahuna.
Yeah, the big kahuna. And he's dead.
90.
He's dead.
92, though.
92. He made,
Nice.
He made it pretty far. He seemed to have his marbles, too. At least up until, the Band of Brothers interviews and shortly after that. So, good life of remembering horrible things.
That happened to all his pals.
It's like maybe you don't
That's
want to live
great.
to be
Right.
that old when
exactly.
when you're just every day thinking of your friends exploding. But
You think he had one good night's sleep?
No.
Every night was just another horror show?
Every night was a complete nightmare. Waking up in cold sweats, screaming,
remembering all this,
thinking you're in the fucking Ardennes with trees exploding around you. But a real, honest to goodness war hero, that guy.
Someone's saying I'm, all right, you know what?
Hot?
I said it earlier, because a bunch of Canadians saying that there's no fucking way Don Cherry's 87. That's exactly what I said to the guys this morning. And they said, no, Don Cherry's 87. I'm like, he doesn't look 87.
People
Can we
saying
look
He was born on February 5th, and he's 77.
How old's his brother Maraschino?
Oh, lighten up there, Chip.
We missed it by 10 years? Holy shit.
Yeah, 10
Did we
years.
miss it by 10 years?
Could have.
Huh?
I was reading something. I don't know.
Don Cherry, could you just look up his birth date? It matters to Canada, and it matters to me because I just sound like a complete asshole. I was like, there's no way he's 87. And then I'm like, God, he looks good for his age. But the fact is, he looks...
He's 76.
Oh, shit, we missed it by 11 years.
Wow. Damn. It's 11 years. Wow, he looks young.
We weren't even close.
And it isn't even the day.
It's not even the day.
No, he's February. It was February. You completely missed.
Well, who put the birthdays together today?
This is like a happy birthday, Jimmy.
That's a Travis thing.
Travis, get Travis in
shit,
here.
Travis.
First of all, it's not Don Cherry's birthday, and I made a big deal to talk to Canada. And the age is wrong, and the birth date is wrong.
It's February 5th, 1934.
Get the fuck out of here.
Travis
is hiding.
We're going to have to kick him in the nuts when he gets in here. I don't know if we can, but...
Find him.
Poor Travis.
Everyone's saying good fact checking.
Why would Travis...
February 5th, 1934.
Travis is married to a Canadian.
Yeah, man. He knows a little more about hockey than I do.
Yeah, I think he'd
He
know
should
about
know this
that.
shit.
What does Don Cherry do?
Yeah, he does Hockey Night in Canada, I guess, which is a big deal.
Well, Canada and hockey.
It's such a
hand in
big
hand.
deal. You
They
know
put it
how
on their money.
You know how we did the Winter Classic?
Yeah.
I heard it wasn't shown in Canada because they weren't going to fucking blow off Hockey Night.
You sure? Or is this something Travis told you?
Travis, did they blow off Hockey Night in Canada because the Winter Classic was moved to 8 o'clock?
When?
All right, forget it. I'm done.
Travis is flustered.
I'm so done.
Travis is flustered.
I'm so done. I'll admit it. What the fuck do I know?
Look, I'm
on a
just-
daily basis, nothing.
I'm just printing something out, and Danny's like,
What happened to the Don Cherry info? I'm hearing we're
I'm gonna-
11 years off, and it's
Yeah.
not even his birthday.
Hang on, I'm going to go to the website where I get my stuff from.
Okay.
Why would you?
Or is there another Don Cherry out there that no one gives a
Maybe
shit
there
about?
is.
Oh my god!
Hang on.
Because Don Cherry's a legend in Canada.
Today's what,
Anthony.
the 11th?
It's your cousin Don Cherry.
All right. He's on the official birthday page.
Don Cherry, 1924.
That's
That
gotta
would
be a
make him
different Don Cherry.
87
But who
years
is it?
old.
But who is he?
Look up. Look up Don Cherry 1924.
Oh my god! I need to know who
So
this
you
Don
can
Cherry
see
is.
that technically I'm right.
Technically, you are. You're absolutely right.
He's
Singer,
Don Cherry,
golfer?
Singer/golfer.
Singer/golfer.
Who the fuck knows who he is?
I know who
Singer,
he is.
golfer.
Band of Gold. He sang. Anthony.
Plus actor.
Best known for his 1955 hit Band of. Oh wait.
No, that's
Band
was
of-
that redone in the 70s?
Give me Band of Gold by Don Cherry, 1955.
So I was right. Today's Don Cherry's birthday. This guy's 87.
Oh, I don't know this. I was thinking something else.
Hey, Cunningham.
I've never wanted wealth until
This is for you, Canada.
This is what you get today.
This is for you, Don Cherry. It's his birthday today, Canada. You know him, you love him. Golfing or singing.
And why are they calling him a golfer? What did he do in golf?
I don't know.
No one's talking about this Don Cherry today,
No one
except
knows
for
who
us.
the fuck this guy is.
He was a top-ranked amateur golfer, and he had one fucking song that people enjoyed for a week.
He was in contention to win the 1960 U.S. Open before eventually finishing tied for 9th.
Oh wow, that's impressive. We're celebrating this fucking loser's birthday today.
His nickname was Pro among fellow entertainers because
Hey,
he was a
Pro.
golfer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What's
See,
his
it's Don
biggest
Cherry's
hit?
birthday.
What's his biggest hit?
this one.
Is this it?
that we don't even recognize.
He sucks ass.
Is there another Band of Gold song in the system?
I'm looking, but Don Cherry's other song in here is called "If I Had My Druthers."
What are druthers?
I don't know.
Oh shit! What is a druther?
Sounds old. Look at Don Cherry.
Mr. Band of Gold.
Oh, God. Yes, new release. Straight from Don Cherry's Jukebox. It's the New Oldies, Volume 1 and 2. Featuring the last verse from the chorus of Mr. Clean.
Oh my God! Look at what he looks like.
When Don met Francine. Click the cherry to read this beautiful poem written by a fan.
Oh, no.
God. You suck, darling. It's just a fucking hater. Shit.
They should have made a murder fucking suicide pact when they met. There's another band of gold, though. Help me out.
It was
Kevin from Connecticut would fucking be right there for me. You know the song? It was a one-hit wonder in the 70s.
In the 70s. Band of gold. Free to Pain.
Free to Pain?
Free to Pain.
Free to Pain? Let's go.
Free to Pain. Is there free to pain?
Let's go with it.
You got Moxie. Yeah, this is not Don Cherry. This is the most repetitive song ever, by the way.
I know this one. Sure. This is what I was thinking when Band of Gold came out.
I think there's only like 3 lines. There's Don Cherry with Dean Martin, by the way.
Yeah, good for him. Look at Dean. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Got an eye in this fuck? That's what Dean Martin's saying in that photo.
Still, yeah. Well,
Don Cherry is Nina Cherry's father. We go deeper with this.
What?
Buffalo Soldier, right? No, Buffalo. Give me a little Nina Cherry now. We're gonna go with this, man.
I want to know
Don
Cherry is.
It's not
his day.
the great hockey guy's birthday. It's another Don Cherry's birthday.
And by the way, Don Cherry looks his age.
Yeah, he certainly does.
Yeah.
We got Nina Cherry. What was it?
Nina Cherry. What was her big hit?
I want to say Buffalo Soldier.
Nina and Eagle Eye Cherry. What? Buffalo Stance?
Buffalo Stance, thank you.
Buffalo Stance.
Yeah, it's Buffalo Stance.
Yeah. We're playing 9 Degrees of Don Cherry. That's Harry Scrotum.
You know what? Let's keep going.
Thank you, Harry Scrotum.
Let's keep going until it's obvious we got to stop. Now we're down to Nina Cherry. You got the Nina Cherry song?
Good fade.
Remember this song?
Good fade. He's bashing E-Rock's
How was
DJ
Travis
ability.
bashing E-Rock when this all started? Because fucking Travis got it wrong.
I got it completely right. Today's Don Cherry's birthday.
Travis just cares that he got it right.
Technically, he got it right.
Completely wrong.
Now look at what we're doing.
All right, now we're down to Nina Cherry. Do you remember this song?
This is...
Turn it up.
This doesn't sound like it would be Don Cherry's daughter.
That's what they're saying.
No way. Shut the fuck up. Who's saying that?
Maybe he married a...
In person.
No.
He had to marry a...
In person.
No.
Can you look up Nina Cherry's Wikipedia?
There's no way. Stop it. Stop it. Her father, Don Cherry. No way.
Does it say it?
No.
So we might have to end our...
She was born in Sweden.
She was born in Sweden. And what's her real name?
Her biological father is from the Sierra Leone in West Africa.
That ain't no Don Cherry.
No, it's a different Don Cherry.
What? We got another Don Cherry involved with Nina Cherry?
Wait,
That's
what?
gotta be a different Don Cherry.
Wait, where?
What happened?
This is her father.
See? Different Don Cherry.
Don Cherry.
Holy shit. Don Cherry is a jazz musician.
It's D.L. Hughley.
D.L. Hughley. When is this Don
He
Cherry's
died in
birthday?
1995?
Yeah.
Was an innovative African-American jazz... God, Don Cherry's all over the motherfucker.
God, well, happy birthday to everyone named Don Cherry today.
Don Cherry.
All right, well, we have to stop our Kevin Bacon bit.
So that is her father, but it's not the Don Cherry that did Band of Gold, and it's not the Band of Gold that we heard from the 70s, and it ain't the guy from Canada that looks his age at 77, whose birthday it isn't today.
Because his birthday's February 5th.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's 76 years
As
old.
long as we got that straight.
We'll do this on February 5th.
Yes, let's do that for Canada.
Yes.
Oh my God!
Oh, we're getting killed.
As well, we should.
I made a big deal to fucking say happy birthday to Don Cherry. And they did see the Winter Classic up in Canada, so that info was wrong too.
Yeah, no, they played some afternoon games, but that was the only game that was on tonight.
I heard they were going to cancel the Winter Classic up there as far as seeing it because they didn't want to fuck up with their hockey.
Well, they
down
have
in
the
Canada.
Heritage Classic in February.
All right. Boy, are we getting killed on the phones.
Nah, we're doing fine.
It's not good.
It's Don Cherry's birthday.
Don Cherry, happy birthday to you, sir.
And
your one stupid song that we liked for a week.
Easy Company's Jonathan Winters died.
Were you a Jonathan Winters fan?
No. Was not a Jonathan Winters fan.
He
Especially,
died?
No.
Not that I know. Is he dead?
No.
No, he's still alive.
Now, he was a little too, like, I was a little too young. I was more into, like, physical comedy and easy joke. He was a little too cerebral and weird for me.
He was the first hipster in comedy.
Was he a hipster?
Yeah.
I hate hipsters.
Wow,
Why was he a hipster?
Look at it. He's still making crazy faces at his age.
He certainly
Look at
is.
him. Look at
Let
him.
me see him, Danny. I want to see him.
Look at Jonathan Winters making the crazy face. Look, I'm crazy. Ooh.
Yeah. He's a funny guy, though. He's a very silly dude.
I saw him in a Twilight Zone recently.
You see a lot of people in those Twilight Zones.
I think he thought he was dead and in hell, but it turned out he wasn't. He was back on Earth.
Really?
No, that's just the plot of every Twilight Zone I've ever watched.
Why I said really?
I'm
helping you along there.
I know.
Hey, some Japanese broad wants to describe what the Titanic movie's all about,
Pat
right?
Fumanaki.
The movie or the actual...
No, it's the movie.
Okay.
It's like getting a movie review from a Japanese lady who doesn't quite have a grasp on the English language.
So she finally saw Titanic, I guess?
I guess it could be an old video. I don't know. I'm just seeing it. This morning.
Again, I just want condolences to Major Shelley Winters for.
I like that Kevin Bacon bit though. Let's do that every once in a while.
Yes.
See how far in we could go. Today it stopped at Nina Cherry. We fucked it up. Japanese broad describing Titanic.
Okay. First of all, Jack and Rose met on the gorgeous ship. As soon as they met, they were falling in love and then attacked on the ice rock and
Ice block.
the ship broken.
Ice rock.
Many people were sinking in the sea. It was very cold, so they were shaking
It's Bill Paxton sinking.
in the sea. Jack told her, "Please, Rose, it is cold, so take on the door."
To take off the
Oh,
door.
thank you. Jack was
thank you
in the sea, but Jack was very cold. He was very shaking.
Very shaking.
Rose, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, it's okay. But it very cold. They said, help, help. But nobody came. Jack was frozen and fall down in the sea. And Rose was alive. But Jack was died. After that, she has a beautiful memory. Thank you.
That's fantastic.
It is awesome. But you know what? Imitate that accent. You'll get fired on regular radio. Don't do it.
No, I was going to say...
Don't do it.
I was going to say we're all laughing our asses off, but describe a Japanese movie speaking in Japanese.
Exactly.
Go ahead, any one of us, dumb motherfuckers.
All I could get is a number sign, drivel.
I could get Tub Girl.
Yeah. Oh, shitting face.
Then Tub Girl lay in bathtub and she shit, make of the shit in face.
Yeah. Here's what I have. Miyagi, pedophile. As far as I go. I don't know what they do.
I have no idea.
Sato, underpants and vending machine.
That one's fucking funny.
Konnichiwa.
Man. That's funny, man.
Yeah, she really needs to do a whole series of these. I would watch everyone.
Yeah.
That is good.
Can we play this again? Could you guys put a little production around it so we can play it in show?
I'd love to hear her describing the accused. And a lape. The lape.
Lape? On the pinbar machine?
Punch your face. Spit make wetter. The no hit bonus. Machine in use. Face a push on machine. Ow. Shit on dick. Blood on a leg. Yelling, everybody yelling. 8-ball corner pocket.
People very confused. They thought they heard her say, Jack went to Lowe's.
Well, yeah, you had to get that door.
Yeah, that's where he bought the door.
Robert Montalvo from Hoboken and many others.
Thank you.
Thank you. She was very happy with her
She
review.
was. She did a good job.
Yeah.
Did she do more?
I don't. I didn't look. It was so early, and like when that's the first thing you see in the morning.
Yeah.
You're not even sure if it's funny.
That's a good one.
Should we tweet that one, Danny? What do you
Whatever
think?
you're thinking.
Let's
hopefully, maybe I
funny.
can find some more. Maybe she did some more.
let's tweet that motherfucker. So the people can check it out.
She kind of goofy looking.
Yeah.
These wonderful movies.
Okay.
This Shinra-list.
His wrist.
Heater. Small hands munitions. Jews. Dress red. Shit.
And then he pardon you, but shoot in the back.
Linen tub.
Yes, the bathtub look like tub girl bathtub. So, clean and shoot. No pardon. Goddamn. She was good. She could speak English. Fucking
Hardly. Imagine listening to that all day.
Oh, I know.
Fucking walking around the house trying to relax, just picking your balls and smelling your fingers. She comes in with that dumb face, starts doing movie reviews because she has 800 YouTube hits. You have to fucking swat her in the cunt with a Zim Zam paddle. That's the best way to get a girl out of the room, when you back swat her cunt with a Zim Zam paddle.
Zim Zam paddle.
Do you remember the Zim Zam commercials? Zim Zam, Zim Zam. And it would be like kazoo music. Fucking not a good commercial.
Oh, it's like tetherball tennis.
Is there a Zim Zam commercial on YouTube?
I'm
It's
sure there is.
terrible.
I would love to see a Zim Zam.
I had Zim. That was when I dropped up.
Is it like
That was when I dropped in my mother's hand. It was the concrete. It was a Zim Zam. When she said, "You fuck."
You fuck. She called you a fuck.
No.
No, unless I'm spelling it wrong.
ZIM-ZAM.
Zim Zam. Oh, this is nice music.
No.
I like this. 2001 Space Odyssey.
We could watch people playing Zim Zam.
What?
You picked the wrong movie. You always go Caddyshack.
Oh, I went a little earlier.
The pool scene in
Yeah,
Caddyshack.
yeah. I went 2001.
Which there was no reason for, by the way.
No.
Just like, what are you
And they
doing?
knew there was no reason for
Just
it.
show more tits.
They're just like, fuck it.
Although there is a woman showing her boobies. She's she's on the shoulders of a gentleman.
Yes,
right?
in the pool. And Paulo is in that scene. I don't know why.
Who's Paulo?
It's just tetherball.
Paulo.
I don't know who Paulo is. Hey, the Don Cherry bit could continue, and if you feel like it.
Why? Who?
There's a thank you for this person on Twitter. Google Don Cherry Toronto mayor speech. Don goes off on liberals. Ant will love it.
Really? Don Cherry, the Canadian Don Cherry?
He's another Canadian. He's the Toronto mayor.
Wait. What?
So we could go back to our Don Cherry bit.
So there's another Canadian Don Cherry.
He's the mayor of Toronto.
That isn't the 77-year-old February 5th birthday hockey Don
guy.
Cherry.
Right. Not to be confused with the one-hit wonder
with the
Zero
Band of Gold
guy.
Nothing.
Which has nothing
Don
to do with
Cherry.
Frida Payne's version Band of Gold.
He's dressed very strangely.
Is this the mayor?
He's in a pink
Guess so.
type suit.
Well, let's try it. I mean, the listener is bad about 28%, so
Oh, my God.
this could go nowhere.
That's Mayor Rob Ford.
Oh, that's Rob.
It's like Brian Dennehy.
He really does. Silly Canadian.
Dumb thing he's wearing.
We got to get to the other
Big
man.
cuffs on his shirt.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh, wow. This Don
Wow.
Cherry. It's like the head of Starfleet.
they do around here.
Oh.
Well, actually, I'm wearing Pinko for all the Pinkos out there that ride bicycles and everything. I thought I'd get it in.
He's dressed like the first aid
Would you
patient.
expect Ron McLean
You
here?
sure this
to come
isn't
here?
Don
But,
Cherry?
you know, I have to.
That's Hockey Don Cherry.
Wait.
All right, this is Hockey
All right,
Don
now
Cherry.
we get back to Don Cherry, hockey guy. Wait, so this isn't the mayor of Toronto?
No, the mayor introduced him as a special guest.
Yeah,
So the mayor of Toronto is not named Don Cherry.
No, that listener, no.
So this is the actual Don Cherry.
This is Don Cherry, the hockey guy with the awesome suits, talking about something liberal.
Pinkos.
Yeah.
When I woke up this morning, I did not realize we were going to spend an hour on the name Don Cherry.
Don
I just
Cherry.
want
Who knew
people
there
to
was
know that.
so many?
All right, so now we're going hockey great. Well, as in he knows the sport. This is Don Cherry.
Canadian.
He never played though.
Hockey.
I'm not sure.
Guy.
He probably
Don
played,
Cherry.
but not in the NHL. I would assume.
77 years old. We will wish him a happy birthday on February 5th.
Right. And now
Travis puts it on the list.
So the mayor of Toronto is not named Don Cherry, but the mayor of Toronto introduced Don Cherry, who walked to the podium in one of his flamboyant jackets that he likes to
Yes.
wear when he does his hockey night in Canada. Okay. And in this case, it's pink. Let's go.
Special guest, Mr. Don Cherry, to
Hold
give
on,
his
pause.
remarks.
It gets even worse because the mayor of Toronto is a woman.
No, the guy was the mayer earlier.
But I thought
that
he
we
introduced
saw.
Don Cherry.
No, he was on before Don Cherry,
So
and then
why-
that woman
Do you want to
came
just
up.
watch the whole 20 seconds from the beginning up to this point? I know we were trying to get to Don Cherry, but I think there's too much confusion.
This is some Don
All
Ford.
right, so this is the mayor, Rob Ford.
Right.
Okay.
They're applauding
Right.
for Mayor Rob Ford.
Yeah, Rob Ford. Okay.
Yeah.
He's got some big.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a Chris Farley brother, right? Did we make that
Thank
joke?
you.
Now.
It is now my great pleasure to call upon
Oh,
Mayor
pause. I know who this is.
Special guest, Mr.
This is Cunty Mouse Lady. This is fucking. This is stupid Jamie Lee Curtis. This lady's going to take an Activia shit behind the mic, and then Don Cherry's going to slip in it and get it all over his pink suit jacket. That's what she has to say. We have to postpone your speech because I'm taking an Activia duty into the cuffs of my pants. A nice watery Activia shit. That's why they were applauding. By the way, if you go to the very beginning, just real quick, I know to back up. Right now, I don't know. Pause. I've actually seen this. Mayor Rob Ford said, "I'm going to get out of here because I have to fuck a child in the mouth."
And the people love it.
They really do.
applauding.
They all hate kids.
Thank you. It is now my great pleasure to call upon Mayor Sport's special guest, Mr. Don Cherry, to give his remarks.
All right. Don Cherry.
Hockey guy.
Oh, wait,
That
that's
kiss,
Don
is that the
Cheadle.
kiss of death that they give like that? I guess that's what they do around here. Well, actually, I'm wearing Pinko for all the Pinkos out there that ride bicycles and everything. I thought I'd get it in.
Oh yeah.
Would you expect Ron McLean here to come here? But you know,
Don McLean?
I am befuddled because I thought I was
Oh, I
just
thought
doing
he
a
meant the
good
guy
thing
that sang
coming down with
Bye Bye
Ron.
Miss American
Rob,
Pie.
I was going to do this here, and it's going to be nice and the whole deal. I've been being ripped
John
to shreds,
McClane?
by the left-wing Pinko newspapers out there. It's unbelievable. One guy called me a jerk in a pink suit, so I thought I'd wear that for him too today.
He's having a one.
You know, it's funny. In
No,
that
it's
in
not.
those articles, my church was made fun of because I go to church. I'm easy to do it that way. And I was called modeling for the troops because I honor the troops. This is the kind of you're going to be facing, Rob, with these left-wing Pinkos.
Wow.
They scrape the bottom of the barrel.
Modeling.
But again, I was asked why I was asked, and I asked Doug why. And they said we need a famous.
I am not wishing
good-looking
him a
guy.
happy
I said, I
birthday
never met
on
him.
February
Straight off the
5th.
bat.
And the listener that suggested we play this,
You'll love it.
we'll love it.
Well, he's
He
bombing.
goes off
Right
on.
from the start. They
The
phoned
thing with Don
me,
Cherry,
told me
Don
that
Cherry just goes off
morning you'll
on
get a landslide. And
tangents.
why?
So this isn't
Because Rob's
weird
honest.
at all.
He's,
to me.
truthful.
He's not fucking
He's like Julian
saying
Santino.
anything that would
What
be
you see is what
remotely
you get. He's so
entertaining to
phony.
me.
Exactly.
You are
And I
dumb,
could go on
listener.
right
No,
now,
you're gonna love
selling
Yeah.
millions and thousands of dollars. He's going to.
You know what would have been fun?
He's going to save
If
it
he
and
walked up and that lady introduced him and said, "Nice glasses, Dick," and punched her in the face. For no reason.
That is Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm not going to listen to that.
Our Don Cherry bit had a bad ending.
I hate when people fucking send shit. The listeners send garbage.
I don't like him because he looks like Pat Morita. He really annoys me with his Arnold face.
I know Don Cherry looks like Asian. He looks a little Asian.
Yeah.
Hey, good times.
Good times. Hey, good news. Just
What
released
happened?
Kanye West and Jay-Z's song, and I know you're a big hip-hop fan.
Oh, yeah.
And the people need to hear this. It's hot off the presses.
Oh, good.
Want to take a listen?
Who was it? Don West from Lost in Space?
Yes. An ACJZ DC. Boo.
The song's called Ham, and someone wrote "Hard as a Motherfucker." Is the song "Hard as a Motherfucker" or
as a motherfucker?
Are you sure?
All right.
Yes.
Kanye
No. Oh, you
West?
got gay.
Oh my God.
Well, that was him in the fucking bathroom.
You saw him in the bathroom?
I saw Johnny Weir in our bathroom, and I swear to God, I thought they allowed a woman to go into the men's bathroom here at Sirius.
Really?
I was in a stall, and I heard what could only be described as high heels. I'm like, that's weird, high heels in a men's room. So then I turned, and then he's at the... and then I turn, he's at the fucking stall looking like a woman.
You probably
He's
could've-
uber fucking gay.
You probably could have gotten a little.
Would that be gay if it's Johnny Weir?
Nah, not at all.
Not even if you reciprocated.
Woman.
And you tussled his hair after.
E-Rock saw it too. He had a big fucking fur coat on, and he had lipstick on, and all sorts of makeup. And,
Yeah, we just saw him on the news
and
looking very
it sounded
feminine.
like he had high heels on.
Really?
You sure I'm sorry.
Wow.
You sure that wasn't the clip clopping of E-Rock's lips? I'm sorry.
He's
It was
on
a noise joke.
You
I
missed
know
it
he
though.
is.
He's on the South Beach
I know
diet.
he is. I'm very happy for
South
him.
Beach diet.
Yeah, how's
I'm
that
very
working out?
happy for him. Not terribly. How's that working out?
Jay-Z, Kanye West, Ham, hard as a motherfucker.
It was all good just a week ago. Niggas feel they self, and I watch the throne drop. Niggas kill they self. What niggas gon' do, ho? Just a new crack on a new stove. I'm in the two-door. True that. Niggas telling me you back. Like a nigga ever left about this bitch, huh? And if life a bitch, bet she suck my dick, huh? And I bet she fucked the whole clique, huh? By the way, nigga, you should fucking quit, nigga.
I don't think they should be using that word in songs.
Hey, now, language.
I really don't think they should
I don't
be
like
using
that at all.
This should be a country song.
Just forget it. You talk it, I live it. Like Eli, I did it. Jokes on you, motherfucker, and I get it. No paper hoe, but you can have some more of me. Orgy, or are we speaking metaphorically? Historically, I'm kicking bitches out like Pam, nigga. Going ham, nigga. Me and Jigga. And the nigga still young. When I had no kids, but I've been practicing with some actresses as bad as shit. Had a few white girls, ass as flat as shit. But the head so good, damn a nigga glad he hit. Got him jumping out the building. Watch out below, $1 million out the door. I'm about to go ham. Hard as a motherfucker, let these niggas know who I am.
And they want to ban the word from
Buck, yo.
And they want to ban it from the book.
That sounded like my drive home.
Jesus.
We should all use the word a lot.
And you're eating a sandwich. And you are one because you like to be on TV and radio. And you do that kind of radio too. Ham radio, get it? A lot of ham jokes here. None of them good. And you have cloves in your anus. It's like a ham.
It keeps it fresh.
It sure does. A little bit of sugar and cloves in your asshole.
Some wine.
So when it gets warm from driving, it's like a little baked honey ham. And we can put our dicks in it.
A little sausage.
I want to put my dick in your booty. If I fucked Ant in the ass, I'd want him to be laying on his side.
Why?
I don't know. Because it's vulnerable.
Can I look over my shoulder at you?
Yeah. That's just the way a rape victim lies, on their side.
On their side?
Yeah. Because they figure you can't put your dick in my hip. Rape victims never lay on their stomach. It's just...
Oh, wow. Stomach has got to be...
That's asking for trouble.
That really is asking for trouble. Oh, shit. So you think the side That's harder to perform.
Yeah, you pull your knees up. You're just shivering. Can't picture you on your back.
Your knees up and your feet against your ass.
Yeah.
On your side. Yeah, okay. Hope that works out.
Yeah, that's how I picture you.
I doubt it does, though.
Do you guys like the song?
You can get a doggy style, you can get laying on your side. Those are your only choices. This is my house and I get to say.
It was okay. Kanye is good. I don't like him as a person, but I think he's.
But they use that N-word a lot.
A lot of N-word use. A lot of N-word use.
No one should be allowed to use that word.
Really?
Yeah, keep banning it from books. There you go. What the fuck? This country sucks.
Why isn't there an outrage? I would say.
Why?
There should be an outrage.
Because it's Nigga. That's why.
No, but
they got around that.
It's because Mark Twain wasn't a black guy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, see, they want to take it out of...
You know what, though? Sorry, but I followed it on Twitter, and a lot of black people are like, what the fuck? They're like, leave the fucking word in the book. They don't care.
Yeah.
They really don't. I'm telling you, we could do a whole hour on this. Black people are not outraged because that word is in the book. I'm telling you.
They could care less.
I could say why, but...
Yeah.
They could care less. They're saying the same shit. Why are we doing this?
Exactly. And what is that?
White, black, we're pretty much on the same page on this one. It's one asshole talking for everybody.
Yes.
For some reason, one asshole could talk for a lot of people in this country. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Who put all these papers together?
Let me juggle while I read this. Shit, man.
I'm so tired and loopy. I have half a boner.
Is that what happens when you get tired and loopy?
Yeah, your inhibitions go away.
So you gotta have a boner.
Yeah, your penis just periscopes.
That's great. It makes me feel nice that you're just talking about raping me.
Yeah.
It gave you half a rod.
Yeah, no, it gives me a new hope. And blood went rushing.
Whew. Oh, yes, Jimmy did take the red eye in.
From L.A. Yeah.
Speaking of red eye, I'll be on Thursday.
Oh, you doing it Thursday?
Yes, Thursday. I'll be on Red Eye. They're on Fox, that repulsive network that incites people to do horrid things. What happened? My cord is tied around something. My God. A mess over here. There we go. Yeah, I didn't appreciate that song very much. It's not really up my alley, as they say.
I guess it's a big song because the two big guys are getting together, right?
Yeah.
Jay-Z wasn't rapping, was he? Or was that just Kanye?
That was Kanye.
I don't know.
Hey, you saw J-Lo?
Saw her.
You got a picture with J-Lo?
I got a picture with, I'll show you.
The whole crew? Because you were on Leno with the American Idol people,
yeah, but I
right?
cropped, my friend's on the end, but I cropped him out.
Oh, good.
Who was on the end?
My buddy Ross Mark. He books.
You don't want that, though, right?
No, I did it on my smaller version. Here's how it looks.
Good deal.
Let me see.
Oh.
Did J-Lo know who you were?
Look at you.
No, none of them did.
Wow.
None of them knew who you were?
Doesn't look that bad at all.
She looked great.
What the fuck, dude?
Does her hiney look really big in person?
Amazing. Her legs were juicy, man.
Juicy. She looks good in that picture.
Feels
I'm not
great.
a fan of the J-Lo, but I will say she looks very good in that picture.
I talked to Steven Tyler for a couple of minutes. He was the only one I got a shot with individually, too. Because I want to get...
Does he seem like he's with it?
Oh, yeah. He's a little loopy, but he's a very nice guy. He was very, very pleasant.
He's a very nice guy.
He is crazy.
We've talked to him over the years.
Yeah.
Loopy, no, crazy.
He's very down to earth.
He's just firing out awful jokes.
Really?
I had no idea what he was talking about. He said, what do you do? His bodyguard was a fan, though. Like, his bodyguard was this big white dude who's, I kind of, he told me who to ask to meet him.
Oh.
It was fun. But I wanted to get them all together because I figured that's a cooler picture than...
Well, yeah.
Individually?
Yeah, but I wanted him alone. It's like, you got to get Steven Tyler, man.
Yeah.
He's fucking.
J-Lo was fucking sexy though, man. God damn it, she looked good.
It looks like she lost weight.
Her body, I was watching on the monitor, and she was like sitting there on the panel, and her legs, these juicy thighs, like, oh, she is fantastic.
Would you lick out her ass? Would you just lick her ass?
During the delivery. while Mark Anthony was fucking her. I'd be humming, you sing to me. She's great.
Jesus Christ, look at that picture. What the fuck?
We like that, Danny?
Yes, absolutely.
That's not bad.
Danny likes it.
You're insane. If you don't like that.
No, that's like
there's something wrong with you.
That's all right.
If you don't like that, you're gay. You like man ass if you don't like that. That's a woman's ass.
Or you're
That's
gay.
a woman's ass. It's
No,
nice and big and thick and delicious.
That's a little too
It's not
big.
it's not that bad. I've seen worse.
I've seen better photos.
It's a
of
little
her.
on the high end.
Bigger ass pictures from J-Lo.
That's wonderful.
A little on the high
It's
end.
not bad, man. That's
I
all right.
like an ass that could fit in a seat that's connected to a desk.
You like an ass that can fit into a seat that's turned around backwards in the back seat.
Yeah, that's all right. A little muscular though. What's the muscle about?
You like an ass that fits on a changing station.
Shit. Fuck. Yeah, she's got muscular legs. It looks like she's works out, I guess.
Oh, dude, she's great.
Oh. That is a bubbly butt.
Oh God,
that is a bubbly butt. I don't know.
I like her singing too.
I don't think I like that. Did she sing? Yeah. Did you hear her?
No, but I like Jenny from the Block.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Stop.
I
You
really
could be.
do.
You could say you don't like that. It's okay.
You really like that song?
Of course. Who doesn't?
Let's hear it, E-Rock.
I'm still Jenny on the block. It's like old now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
J-Lo.
J-Lo.
With the rocks that she's got or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Went from a low to a lot this year. Everybody mad at the rocks that I wear. I know where I'm going and I know where I'm from. You hear locks in the air.
Yeah, we at the airport out. D block from the block where everybody forced out.
With a new white tee, you fresh.
She jumps in.
Make the money, get the range, bring it home
From
with us.
living color to movie scripts to all mystics to J-Lo to this headline clips.
Don't sing about yourself. You sound pompous.
She should
That's
be
what I
pompous.
say.
She has the greatest ass east of the Mississippi.
Oh.
That's just me. Nothing phony. Don't hate on me. What you get is what you see. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block.
No, you're not. Shut up. Oh God, it's making me hate her all over
No,
again.
she's great.
I was digging her from your picture, and now I hate her again.
I'm just gonna drop a log.
Oh. Yeah, well, Jenny from the block.
She's Jenny from the block.
And she's like, hey, don't worry about my diamonds and shit. I'm still just Jenny from the block,
you could
is
just,
she?
You could just sing this song, the same one.
Yeah, I
Don't be
can.
fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm just Ant from the clan.
From the clan. I'm
tired.
I know, I can see you're half a boner.
That's a full
sleepy.
one. Just looks like a half.
Oh. Yeah,
I can do without this part.
I know.
It's interrupting the flow.
Enough of
interrupting Jenny.
We got a big meeting. Can't wait.
Oh, is that going to be atrocious?
Oh, God. Can't wait for that one,
I'm going
right?
to flex my boner as Gary talks.
Are you just going to make it twitch in your pants?
Yeah.
Make it twitch in your pants.
I tighten my ass cheeks and it jumps up.
What do we got
It's like
today?
they're shocking a mental patient on
We got a creative meeting today. That's where we all gather around. Are we doing it in the same room? We all gather around in this room on chairs. So we sit there and we discuss things that we want to do for the show,
and then never do them. I'm so sick.
Now.
So sick of having meetings so people could justify their jobs.
Oh boy.
Hey,
She's just Jenny from the block.
People can relate to that out there. I'm allowed to say that.
How many people have meetings? I tweeted a nice picture of the meeting last time. I used the Pano app, and I did a panoramic view of the entire room of us sleeping.
Did you see the picture I tweeted yesterday? It's one of these fucking mega pixel pictures, but they call it the fucking gigantopixel picture.
Really?
It was on Break.com, and there was a picture, and then they were fucking zooming in to show you the detail.
Oh, really?
Are those things real? I'm late to the party on these. Some people saying it's real, some people saying it's fake.
Oh, that it's trickery?
This guy took a picture of a mountainside. If you go to my Twitter, it was late yesterday. Picture of a mountainside.
Yeah.
And then he's zooming into individual hikers.
Oh, really?
Is that real?
I don't know.
Because I don't know this shit.
It depends.
Go down. I'll show you.
Was it like a super high-res photo? Like
yeah,
super,
it was on
super,
Break.com
super high-res?
yesterday, and I retweeted from somebody. Keep going. You see it new.
It says it was like a 700 megapixel camera. What?
Where did I tweet it? Maybe I didn't. It was a retweet, probably. So go to Break.com, maybe. Fuck. Sorry, I thought it was an easy fucking click, and we get right to it.
I don't know.
Go right there, right there. It's still on the front page. Right there. They're calling
17 gigapixel photo.
Yeah.
17 gigapixel.
But I want to know if this is some trickery or is this shit happening?
Chicanery?
Yes. Now they show the picture, right? There's a guy on the top of a mountain, and then they zoom out to show you where it is in the actual photo. And look at this.
That's pretty far. Wow. Mm.
And then you could go to Break.com and check it out. Still on the front page. Then they go to the top of this little fucking peak, and they show you individual hikers up there.
That photo exists somewhere, don't it?
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But is that...
I say yes.
I'd hate to think that picture while I was getting blown, people would zoom in and see whiskers. Who's this lady?
It's on YouTube everywhere else. So
her Nike sneakers.
Is there something called a 17 gigapixel picture?
It's my camera.
Oh no, it isn't, Chip. You don't have one of those.
Bunch of gigapixels.
Shit.
I don't know, is there anything called a gigapixel?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
17 though. Why wouldn't you just get 20?
Why don't you just round it off?
Who skimps on the 20?
Right. I don't need the 20 gigapixel.
How much is that camera? 8 million. 20.
I'm good with the 17. Thanks.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
Best
Yeah,
Buy.
it's the same thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for like the source. I don't want the video. I want the source.
Yes.
So I could zoom around
I
myself.
must know the source.
Look for just mountain picture with people on it.
Oh, I see. I just hit large on the size there, and then I get large pictures.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Is that how that works? So what are we going to, did everybody submit
Should I
their
download this?
creative
You think it's
idea?
like a-
Yes.
Everybody
No one's going to go for
submitted
my idea.
Their idea? What's your idea for the creative
For
meeting?
the meeting, I wrote Think Jonestown. I want everybody on this floor to drink Kool-Aid, take a nap, and get back to me. I prepared some cool. There's no poison in it. Just cum.
Out of you, that is poison.
Exactly. I put on my red shirt and I go, "Here, Kool-Aid," and they all drink it out of my hog. That's my idea for the meeting. Everybody go over there, take a swig off the draft.
Steve from Bayshore says, should go in there and say, think Triumph of the Will meets Holmes and Yo-Yo. Holmes and Yo-Yo.
Jesus.
That's going back a ways there, Steve.
Where the fuck back? Oh, you got the original
you
photo?
got the original.
So now what could you do with it?
Yosemite 17 gigapixel.
Can you do the same shit? You can't do the same shit,
You
right?
can probably click on the little blinky things.
No. I want to know. I want to use it though.
You can't use it.
You can't use it. You gotta just trust them.
Yeah.
Wait. Zoom in, zoomify.
I say lie. No, I don't know.
Well,
I
go to
say-
Break.com. You can check out what I was checking out yesterday that someone sent me. It was
I
pretty,
say it's true.
pretty
What you ought
fucking
to do
cool,
is
right?
just save it to the desktop and then start zooming in. Stop humiliating everybody.
It doesn't work like that.
All right.
Stop you.
Why not? It's the whole radio world.
Jimmy.
Listen, we're embarrassing ourselves.
Ah,
We're all looking at 17 fucking gigapixels.
it's meeting time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Let's move into
Yes.
the horseshit meeting.
Let's go.